What's up, friends? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. You can call me Micro Royalty. What's going on, chat? Paul McDonald, Why won't the chat move? Paul McDonald, Chuck Sauls, Richard, License to Drive, Flatirons, FPV, Dan 636, Richard Borks, Northern Tier, Patrick Rowan, Ram Jam, Joe Bruce, RC Ritter, License to Drive, Grizz FPV. I think I got everybody. Welcome to Whoop Wednesday. We're doing a bunch of stuff tonight. As you can see over here, we've got a brushless rig. I'm sorry, a brushed rig. A brushed rig that we're going to put Betaflight 3.5.7 on. And this is the 2S 75mm Insta360 Go carrier that we're going to be putting BT 2.0, not Bluetooth 2.0, BT 2.0 on. And this is the 1S Insta360 Go carrier that I finally got those replacement T-motor 0803 22,000 kV motors for. So potentially by the end of the stream, there'll be one extra working rig, one extra working tiny whoop, one tiny whoop from ages ago that's no longer on Betaflight, and a 2S rig that performs a little bit better. Also, we're going to compare, rather, the Gemfan 1.6-inch 3 blades to the 1.6-inch 4 blades on this 2S rig. So this rig is 2S. The motors are 0802.8, 0803, 12,000 kV. So on 2S, these are the equivalent of 24,000 kV. So if there was ever an opportunity for the 3-blade props to shine, it's on this setup right here. So I'm actually really interested to see what happens on this rig when we. I'm also really interested to see how much BT 2.0 helps. The current situation on this rig is it's got a solid pin PH 2.0 that and a little adapter plugged into it to 2 hollow pin PH 2.0s. So there's just a whole bunch of resistance right here that we're gonna get rid of with this nice simple little double BT 2.0 lead. So yeah, lots of cool stuff planned. This is also a Q&A stream, so any questions that you've got, leave them in the chat, which I guess is over here for you guys. I've been trying to get this room, the Studio 2 setup with purple on one side of the room, red on the other, I kind of fell in love with, and I've been trying to do the same thing here, and I think I almost have it. It's all red over here, it's all purple over here. I'm kind of digging that. Hey, big ass giveaway that ends this coming Monday. I've spent the last 2 days taking pictures of and organizing a ton of my extra stuff to put up onto the Etsy store, and I started putting a bunch of it up yesterday and today. So if you head over to CiottiFPV.com, there's a million ways that you can support me. This is my full-time job. I rely on support from beautiful people like you to keep doing this every day. Over on the Etsy store, lots of cool new stuff. Not everything is up, so if you're waiting for everything to go up, give me like another day or two. But this coming Monday, January 17th, is when this giveaway runs to. The prize for the giveaway is an entire build. 2 frames. 2 of these Beta FPV frames. This one is like super limited edition glow in the dark. Caddx Tarsier. This really cool canopy. VTX that's specifically designed for the top of this canopy. F4 2-4S AIO 12 amp. A couple of batteries. 3S300s. Brand new set of Newbie Drone 1102 11,420 kV motors. Bunch of propellers, random TPU stuff, and a receiver. If you want to win all this stuff, I'm doing this giveaway like all the YouTube channels currently are, and I'm going to drive you somewhere else to buy yourself something nice. And that's CiottiFPV.com. Head over there. The Etsy store, the Fiverr page, and the Teespring store. For every $5 worth of shit that you order from either one of those places, get you put on the wheel. So if you book me for a Fiverr session, you can certainly do it on Fiverr, or you can just message me and we'll talk using Instagram or Facebook if that's easier for you, because Fiverr's little messenger setup is not great. But if you want to do it through Fiverr, it's totally cool. If you book even like a half an hour session with me over on Fiverr, that's 8 entries. I think I've only seen like 3 entries so far. So this is going to be a good giveaway to win, it seems like. I'm thinking that people are waiting for me to put the rest of the stuff up on Etsy. Teespring, nothing's going to change, so if you want to get yourself a t-shirt or a mug or something like that, might as well jump on it now over on Teespring. But yeah, I hope that a lot of people are waiting for me to put the rest of the Fiverr stuff up, because this is damn near $300 worth of stuff in there, right? So hopefully this will be a good giveaway. But yeah, that's how it works. Every $5 you spend on my Etsy, Fiverr, Teespring stores, or if you just book a one-on-one session with me for build planning, for flight instruction via the simulator or on the internet, or tuning help. Or, I mean, you know, for the one-on-one sessions, if you guys just have a half an hour worth of questions that you want answered and specifically described, we can do that. It's you know, it's all good. So yeah, there you go. There's also a bunch of affiliate links over there on CiottiFPV.com. Those are free ways to support me. Whenever you're doing an Amazon order, if you click my Amazon affiliate link before you do that order, I'll get 1 to 6%, usually 1% of your order total. Helps me out a lot. It's free money. B-Man says, what's good, fam? Yo, CiottiFPV. Ram Jam says, I'm back because I love CiottiFPV. If you want to talk directly to me, all you've got to do is type CiottiFPV into the chat. When you do that, it lights up in orange. You guys can do that to each other, too. If you want to get somebody's attention, type their name, spell it right, put the spaces in the right places, and it'll light up in orange if you do it right. GrizzFPV says, CiottiFPV and Collective, happy hump day. I've got the wrong screen on. Remy Tim dropping the Linktree link. Thank you, dude. Free Range Chicken says, howdy, all. B-Man says, 3 entries. There should be more than that. I only saw, yeah, I shouldn't say 3 entries. I should say that I've only seen 3 orders, 3 Etsy orders. I don't think Teespring sends me an email, though, when I get an order. And there might be a Fiverr message waiting for me. This is what I hate about Fiverr's message system. It doesn't notify me anywhere. The application icon doesn't update. I don't get an email. It's kind of silly. Kevin Sumner says, still want a JR Bay multi-protocol module for trying Red Pine? If so, I got you. No, I'm good, Kevin. You know, I realize that it doesn't make any sense for me to dive into Red Pine. I'm going to go the ELRS route. Just order a bunch of the Express LRS receivers and just kind of be done with it. Or apparently, I think on the chat yesterday, somebody had said that there's something that I can flash to my QX7 to make it work with the multi-protocol. So I got to do a little bit of chat. Who said that? I meant to write it down or open a tab, and I don't think I did. Do you guys know how I can get the multi-protocol thing going on my QX7, on my old school QX7? Anybody? Any takers? Thank you, chat, in advance. I'm sure somebody's got my back because you guys are the best. B-Man says, I grabbed something from Teespring, so don't forget to check it. Jesus, what is going on with my voice lately? Don't forget to check it. There we go. Thank you, B-Man. Yeah, Teespring doesn't send me any kind of a heads up. It's kind of silly. I've been flying a good amount of Tiny Whoop. I've been flying Tiny Whoop almost every day lately, and it's just too fun, man. It really is. I broke another cockroach canopy last night. Really hard hit, full throttle hit into the baseboard, and it just broke one of the front ducts. But I had another one, and I just threw it right on there to get this thing back up in the air. The motors keep making gradually a little bit more noise, but they're totally hanging in there. SR13 told me about that. He's who turned me on to these motors, and he's like, yeah, man, they keep getting louder and louder and louder, but they also just keep working. And that's the exact experience that I've had. They're just wild. Yeah, so, and I mean, they are bushing motors, you know, like these, there's only a couple of motors out there, of these micro motors out there, that have bearings. Most of these little 08 motors have metal bushings, and that's where I think a lot of the noise is coming from. But yeah, it keeps making power and going, so I'm just going to keep pounding on it. James Flores says, doesn't Edge TX handle that? I don't know. Does it? Remy Tim says, I placed a Teespring order too. Very cool. Tri-State Drone Services says, I have tried the GNB Black and Yellow 380 mAh. Not so good. That sucks. I was looking forward to trying them tonight. We'll see. Hopefully I have a different experience. I doubt it, though. Boost and JDM says, wait, what? I thought you weren't going to go ELRS. Yeah, Why are you thinking that, Boostin? Because of the Ghost thing? I only got the Ghost to flash ELRS on it. I'm definitely not staying Ghost. I don't care about 2.4, to be totally honest. But there are going to be Tiny Whoop boards that have Express LRS built in. Hopefully Newbie Drone makes one. For me, the perfect Tiny Whoop board, I'll probably never get. I'll probably never get the perfect Tiny Whoop board because Newbie Drone doesn't have any more MPU 6000s. But the perfect, well, yeah, so the perfect Tiny Whoop board is a V1 Newbie Drone Acro B board with Express LRS built in. Unfortunately, that's never going to happen. But I can put the little 1.1 or 1.2 gram Express LRS receivers onto that Acro B V1. I have 3 of those Acro B V1 boards. So yeah, I'll be doing that. And yeah, that's about it. Also, oh, never mind, I can't say that. Betaflight has something coming that's going to be even lighter. I can probably say that without getting in trouble. I don't know if I might be able to get it early, but Betaflight has a new kind of thing for people they're going to send stuff to, and they're asking for a lot. They're asking you to do an awful lot of work for them in exchange for some stuff. And it's some stuff that I wouldn't necessarily buy per se, so I don't know. I might skip it. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Realistically, like, they want to send me a module, and the module doesn't really do me any good because I'm going to use the Ghost module. And then they want to send me, like, one of the receivers, and it's like, you know, what are those receivers going to cost? $20? And then, you know, I'm looking at having to do 5 to 10 to 20 hours worth of work, which is what they're asking for the, you know, to be sponsored. This is what I talk about when I tell you guys about, like, being a sponsored pilot in some cases is a good way to make, like, $1 an hour. You gotta, it's like, yeah, I guess it looks professional or whatever to be sponsored by a company, but I ain't got time for that. If in the grand scheme of things I'm going to be making $5 an hour, like, you know, I'm not doing that. I don't really care about that. I mean, I don't necessarily think it makes you look more professional having, you know, a dozen different sponsors. I think there are plenty of other ways to look professional. Not that I necessarily care about looking professional. You know, do good work. People will see the good work. If you're a good fit, they'll hire you. If not, they won't. I don't know. That's sort of how I try my best to operate. I was supposed this, it might have been Aethix. I was supposed these are RC and Power 1202 7500 KVs. 3 of them? 3 of them. I was, somebody wanted these, and then I lost these, and now I've found them again. I forget who it was. If that's you, let me know. I'll still send them to you. If I don't hear from that person, and if you want these, let me know. This 1202 7500 is a prototype. There's only 3 of these. You're not going to find another 1202 7500 kV from RC and Power. If you have another 1202 that's roughly 7500 kV, you could probably mix these in. Or if you have these RC and Power 1202s in whatever the hell the other kV they've got is, here are 3 perfectly good bells and 6 perfectly good bearings that you can use if you're crazy enough to to take micromotors apart. So let me know if if you want these RCM Power 1202s. They're 3-bolt. So the frames that these are going to work on are pretty limited, right? It's the 3-bolt, the 3-screw frame only. Athix says, hey, not me. As soon as I said your name, Athix, I was like, Alicia FPV is in the house. What's up, girl? Great comment. Know your worth with sponsorships. Perfectly put. Perfectly put. Don't ever forget your worth. And if you're nutty enough to hang out in this chat, you've got real value because you actually are able to understand and listen to fairly complicated, like, you know, higher end discussions about FPV. So yeah, don't forget that. Ruby Tim says, I get mobile and email notifications every time someone sends me a message on Fiverr. Check your settings. I thought that I once got Fiverr emails, but I've not seen a Fiverr email in a long ass time. They must have gotten Apple. The worst thing about Mac Mail is, like, on the server side, before it even comes to your inbox, they have spam filtering, and it's really aggressive. And this has happened to me a couple times where I have to actually log into iCloud and go into mail there and look at their spam folder, because that does not match up with the program on my desktop here, Mail, the spam folder in there. So I'll bet you I go in there and there's a million Fiverr emails waiting for me. I've had to do this a couple times where people have been emailing me and I'm not getting back to them. I'm like, I'm not getting your emails, yo. It's like when I actually log into iCloud online, I find them. Kind of annoying, but Michael Blade saying hello. Justin Ald saying, how's it going today? Bunch of people that I don't typically see in here. Welcome, friends. Thanks for coming to hang. So I am caught up on chat, so let's start doing work. Again, this is my full-time job. If you want to support me, head over to CiottiFPV.com. If you want to talk directly to me into the chat, just type CiottiFPV, and it'll light up an orange, just like that. You don't have to put the @ in front of it, but you can if you'd like. You guys can do that with each other, too. Type each other's names into the chat, and it'll light up an orange, so that if you're trying to get somebody's attention, you can. All right. I'm just looking back to see if there's anything else that I wanted to talk about. No, let's kick it off with a little bit of flying. How about that? Let's do a couple ultimate freestyle 1S Tiny Whoop batteries. Just because I have a bunch that are charged. I was doing some ooh. That's what I wanted to talk about. Since I've been flying the Tiny Whoops a bunch, pretty much every night lately, I've been trying a bunch of different propellers just to kind of refresh. Every once in a while I'll do prop testing, and then I'll talk to you guys about it, and then I'll forget for 6 months. So it's good to kind of revisit it. Also, there are some new props that came out. The ones I was most excited about are these Emax Avan Nanohawk Avia 1210. So 12 as in 1.2 inch, 10 as in 10 pitch. That's a pretty low pitch. The props that I always settle on as my favorites are the Gemfan 12 1.2 inch 20 by 4. So yeah, a 10 they're pretty much identical. Even the blade profiles are pretty similar rather, but one of them is a 10 pitch, one of them is a 20 pitch. As you would expect, the 10 pitch has a lot less power and a little bit more runtime, but man, the Gemfan 12 20 by 4s, just the end. They're the best balanced. HQ has a quad blade as well. that I don't think they advertise what the pitch is, but it looks to be about the same pitch as the Gemfans, but they're nowhere near as well balanced as the Gemfans. You can actually hear it. And the same goes for the HQ3 blades. And I also tried the Gemfan 3 blades. This is kind of nuts. So the Gemfan 3 blades are 12-19, I think, 1.2 inch 19 pitch, but only 3 blades. They made more power than these Nanohawk 1210s. I was really surprised by that. And then I also ran the old school Newbie Drone Azzy 4 blades, these guys here, and ran into the same durability problem that I always seem to with them, in that they're not very durable. So yeah, all of the... Yeah, I was just kind of dialed in. Like, what I remember from the last time I tested a bunch of props was still kind of dead on the money. So that was nice. It's... I get concerned because, like we talk about a lot, there's a lot of placebo in this hobby, and it's awful hard to separate it out from reality sometimes. I get concerned when I go to retest something and, I either think, well, shit, did I forget? Or was I wrong last time? So whenever I, do a little retest and I get the same sort of results, that makes me feel good. All right, let me get you guys focused in here. There we go. All right, so this is the ultimate 1S freestyle tiny whoop coming at you Wednesday, January 12th. And let's run I've also been kind of doing a little bit of battery testing here as well. Sort of light battery testing, but battery testing nonetheless. And yeah, so let's use some of these. Let's go Nitro Nectar 250. This is my favorite battery on this rig. Hi! Greetings, cretins! Alright, let's get it in. It's time. I'm getting serious. I'm rolling out here. When I roll out here, that's how you guys know I'm serious, apparently. Okay. Oh man, listen to that thing. Oh, it's a little dark out there. Low battery. What? Wow! What's happening with this battery? That's weird. This battery did not... Did I grab the dead batteries? Come on now. What kind of half-ass nonsense is this? Grabbing the dead batteries? Come on. What are you doing? Let's try another one. There's another Nitro Nectar Gold 250 sitting here. Let's see if this one's gonna last for more than 15 seconds. Nope, this one's dead too. All right. Let's just keep trying batteries that are sitting here next to the desk. I thought I put them here because they were charged. Here's a 300. I'm pretty sure this one is actually charged. All right. Here we go. Hey, 4.26. Now we're talking. All right. Just get dialed in here for a second. Woo, buddy! Oh shit! Oh! Back through it again. Damn. Oh, no, 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 no. Easy, easy, easy. Oh, shit! Alright, so I don't usually put this bench here, but I thought we could practice some of those incredibly tight power loops. Which I kind of got I figured the timing out. Oh, God! I sort of figured the timing of them out last night a little bit better. So let's see. But first, let's crash into the gate. Oh my God, I almost went under it backwards. Okay. Oh no, no, no. God. Easy, everybody easy, easy. Alright, here we go. Let's try them power loops. I ain't gonna get it. Got the one though. Doink. Rejected. Oh, can you imagine if I hit that on the first try? It is quad camp all over again, friends. Oh God, where's that? Where is that? Where even are you, little friends? Oh boy. Oh, I can hear it. It's against the wall. Alright, I gotta take the walk of shame. It's right on the other side of the wall for me. I can hear it. All right, here we go. Oh, it is tight under there. This little stooly bench thing is low. Arrgh. Oh, the quick one. What you know about that? See if I can get it back in here before it goes all the way dead. Oh yeah, we're good. Oh, getting a haircut tonight. Woo, boy. Ooh, orbit yourself. Yeah, I pushed the PIDs. I also added a bunch more throttle expo. Usually I run throttle expo on like 20 or 30. I actually kicked it all the way up to 50, just because these motors, they have such a big like wallop of power that yeah, it helps to get them under control a little bit. So that was a Nitro Nectar Gold 300. Let's run a GNB RDQ 300 so you guys can get a little sort of head-to-head between those two batteries. I didn't see what the runtime was, but usually it's like 2 to 2.5 minutes or so. Probably closer to 2.5 minutes because that was a 300 mAh battery. So let's see, and both of those batteries have been sitting overnight. So it's oh boy, I'm stuck in there. So it's a pretty fair fight, although, oh shit, although it did just sit at full throttle against that thing, so that could not have helped matters any. The difference in instant Whee! The difference in pop is unbelievable. Like, when I just stab the throttle with these, very little happens. Whereas with the Nitro Nectar Golds, it just jumps up over stuff. So this is where that 50 throttle expo is just like butter. Like just this little stuff here adjusting elevation really smoothly and not having it come off as like a correction. That's where that throttle expo is just jamming. I'm trying to give this battery the benefit of the doubt and just kind of like slowly flying around here. But it's not even going to make it to 2 minutes with me limping it around. Which is just, it's not saying anything bad about this battery. It's just that the Nitro Nectar Golds are so good. And that's that. Minute 43 out of this guy. I did notice that when I armed, this battery dropped down to like 4.1, which is too low. But, alright. We got some flying in. Now we're going to do some building, because that's what we do around here. We build some shit. That's how it goes. We'll do some more flying later once we get some stuff built. Why don't we do the BT 2.0 conversion first? Because then, because that'll be fairly quick, and then we can jump right back into flying. And yeah, that should break the stream up nicely. Although it's already 8:37. Probably do a longer stream here tonight. Let me check. This one motor is. No, it's good. It didn't. I can tell the motors are getting more and more beat up by the way that it performs at idle. The way that a rig performs at idle actually tells you a lot. Yeah, it never used to jump around on the desk like it currently is at idle. But once it's up in the air, it's fine. The motors spool down when I go to 0 throttle, so it's all good. Let me get caught up on the chat real quick. Does anybody know if I put Edge TX on my QX7, if that'll enable multi-protocol, which I can use for Red Pine? Anybody know the answer to that? Okay. Chuck Saul says, hey man. Acrodog says, hi. Schizophrenic FPV says, are you leaning towards DJI or HD0? I've never used HD0, so I have absolutely no idea. I mean, to be honest, I'm actually leaning towards analog. HD0 just, like, the 1 watt VTX that's coming out is great and all for big-ass freestyle rigs, but I can't put that in, like, a Cinewhoop or anything like that. It's way too big, way too heavy. So yeah, they need more realistic VTX options, and DJI needs to get. We talk about this a lot. Yeah, so I'm actually leaning towards staying on analog until either one of these somebody gets off their ass and makes a digital HD system that realistically works for people that are trying to do this for a living, without having to spend like 5 to 10 grand on 2 sets of goggles, like the smart controller, because the whole outputting to phone thing for free, like, it's just not realistic. Like, you can't show up on a realistic gig with dongles hanging off and a wire and hand them your, like, that's insane. You'd have to buy the smart controller. Tom Lawrence says ELRS is worth a look. 2.4 gigahertz lower will surprise you. I've talked about this quite a bit, Tom. If you go back and watch any of the streams, yeah, I've talked quite a bit about the fact that 900 is always going to be a more reliable link. Just that wavelength is better, and for what I do, maintaining the control link absolutely no matter what until the absolute bitter end is all that really matters. If I only get an extra quarter of a second of control link with a 900 megahertz setup versus a 2.4 setup, I'm fine with that. That is well worth it. Also, the 900 megahertz band is a lot less crowded. The 2.4 band has a lot more shit going on. And so, you know, the situations that I fly in, that's a big deal. Flying around, you know, downtown Atlanta, I have to use the link that is going to be as clean as possible, and yeah. So 2.4 is great and all, but it's definitely not for me. FPV Kevlar says, hi, love the channel. Thank you, brother. B-Man FPV says, talking up the Gemfan, somewhere Mike's misses a tingle. Yeah, right. B-Man also says, ripping this apartment makes me realize how sick Maggie's place is to whoop. Yeah, it's really ridiculous. It's almost like somebody it's almost like the architect that has designed it flew or something, but obviously not. The house is older than FPV. Schizophrenic FPV says, I think I'm good with whoops, and then I see CiottiFPV fly. Remember that I've been flying tiny whoops for 5 years, so don't feel even a little bit bad. Tiny Whoop was like the second rig that I got 5 years ago, and I just flew the living shit out of them back then, because I could just put in stick time and stick time and stick time and stick time and stick time, whether it's raining or hot or cold or whatever. So yeah, and whoops are a pretty specific skill set. It's I'm always, every year I'm surprised at how long it takes me to adjust to flying tiny whoops, specifically flying them in acro in a small place. You just have to like every degree, you have to be ultra sensitive to where the horizon is at, because you know, in this tiny little 900 square foot apartment, like everything is tight. You know, all the passageways are like this big, and then the whoop is this big, so that's not much room to kind of slide left and right. It's hard. It's very, very difficult. Slim says, what's up? Metal Dirtskin says, can you switch the little window to the other cam? It would be more funner. What other cam? I only have 2 cameras. This one, and then this one. YouTube just did the thing. Trying to scroll back up. The scroll wheel on this mouse is failing on top of everything else. Drone Pilot says, Happy New Year, everyone. What's going on, dude? Glad to see you back. Euro FPV says, what do your rates look like on your tiny whoops? Same as my 5-inch rigs. Do you run the same rates as your big quads? I do, yeah, Euro. I used to run the tiny whoops at lower rates because of what I was just talking about. You have to be very soft if you're going to fly in acro with a tiny whoop in a small place. But as of Betaflight 4.2 with actual rates allow me to, on my full-size rigs, setting the center sensitivity all the way down on the actual rates in Betaflight is just about the greatest thing in the world, and that is what allowed me to then run the same rates between the whoops and everything else. So all my stuff is on the same rates. It's basically the center turned all the way down, max velocity is 700, and then the expo is 0.7. It's a lot of expo. But when, like, if one of the ways to set your rates is to point a camera down at your thumbsticks, or just put the sticks on the OSD and DVR it, find a way to look at where your sticks are moving during a battery, and then watch it back after the battery. And in my opinion, what you want to see is you want to be using as much of the travel as possible for the most amount of time possible, right? Like, we don't have much stick travel. We have, like, you know, this in either direction. So we want to maximize that stick travel. And what you don't want to see is you don't want to see doing all your work in here. If you're doing the whole, if for the entire battery you're just in here, doing all your flying in here, that's a complete waste. What do? You need to use this. Use all the stick travel. You know, if you're just in here and then it's and then that's no good. Get it so that you're using all this stick travel and then you go to the end. That's how you gain much more control and make your thumbsticks a lot more. The word eludes me. That's just what you want to do. Metal Dirtson says, pretty sure EdgeTX will not change the firmware on the module unless someone else knows differently. I don't have QX7. Glenn Burnett says, what's up? Senior Gang, just joining. Good to have you, Glenn. Free Range Chicken says, yes, it will. All right, so we got one vote for yes, it will. 661FPV says, have you seen the HD0 Mobula 7? Specs look real good. 2 to 3S with ELRS. I have seen it. I watched Nick Burns' video of it. In my opinion, it's way too heavy. I don't really understand flying tiny whoops outside. And that the weight that rig is an outside rig. So yeah, it's and you can see it when Nick flies it in his house. I mean, like, he is a scalpel in his house, and that thing, like, it's like the whole time he was flying it in the house, it was just a millimeter away from crashing at any moment. Like, it's just so heavy. It's got so much momentum. It's so lazy to turn around, and the momentum is carrying it all over the place. So yeah, not a good indoor whoop. If for some reason you want a whoop to fly outside, that it would be good for that, but I don't think you should do that. You should build toothpicks for outside, because you're not going to hurt anybody, and they're going to fly a million times better. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. License to Drive says HD systems are great on 3-inch. I got Sharkbite. We're supposed to call HD0 now on 2 tiny trainers and a Tina Whoop. Yeah, I don't know. I think one of the main limitations of the HD systems is micros. I think the HD systems are totally fine on a big, heavy, powerful 5-inch freestyle rig, but for me, they're just a little too heavy for smaller stuff. That being said, I'm going to put that to the test with the next Ripsqueak that I build, which is going to be on the 200 milliwatt Sharkbite VTX. I run my Ishin Nanos at 400 milliwatts. 400 milliwatts is not double the range of 200 milliwatts. 400 milliwatts is roughly 25% more, 33% more, 25 to 33% more. I forget how the math works, but not that much extra range. So I'm confident about the 200 milliwatt. The problem is you can't run an onboard HD camera like the RunCam Hybrid. The RunCam Hybrid is just the absolute answer, in my opinion, to getting HD from micros and keeping the weight down and keeping the durability through the roof. So yeah, any of these HD systems, if you put them on a micro, you're forced to run an external HD camera, because DJI's HD is definitely is not good enough. Sharkbite's HD is definitely not good enough to, you know, make like a fancy edit with. And yeah, I mean, the Insta360 Go 2 is a phenomenal camera, but it doesn't seem like it's all that durable, and it's awful expensive. So yeah, that's the big limiting factor. Joshua tested the DJI camera VTX setup that has a memory card on it to record the HD direct. And it was a hot mess. What was it? The latency? I think the latency was just terrible. So yeah, don't really have... That's where HD falls down for me, unfortunately. June Loco says, sell your QX7 and get a jumper or radio master. No. The QX7s fit my big gangly hands. None of the other transmitters do. Remy Tim says, fairly certain installing Edge TX won't magically make the FR Sky transmitter into a multi-protocol transmitter. Think you have to install a multi-protocol unit in the back. So we got some people saying yes. We got, I think one person said yes. 2 people are saying no. Interesting. Maybe I'll do Edge TX anyway, just for the sake of doing it. JRFPV says it was the gyro. Bad gyro on the flight controller. I forget the problem that JRFPV was having. Ken Heron's in the house. What's up, Ken? How are you, man? Good to have you. Ken Heron with a $5 super chat. He says Ciotti has the best hair game in FPV. Thank you, brother. Ken, if you're still here, I'll fly a battery just for you. If the rest of you guys want that. You guys seem to love when I fly, so Ken, if you're still here, post in the chat, and I'll do a Ken Heron battery. I don't know what that means. Call out a trick, and I'll do the trick halfway through, Ken. WAMFPV says, check out the Axis flying box. It does HDMI out to a monitor for DJI without a phone. Still requires a wire, but it seems like a better solution. Yeah, that's the solution that, in my opinion, doesn't really work. It's... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't work full stop because you have to have a second set of goggles, and that's just ridiculous. I can't afford that, and it's just insane to carry 2 sets of goggles around, because directors, DPs, you know, assistant camera, whoever you're working with on a set, they don't want to stand right next to you. So you have to have a second set of goggles, and the DJI goggles are like the size of a motorcycle helmet, and they're hideously expensive. So yeah, it's just it's just not a good setup at the moment. HD is a royal pain in the ass and unbelievably expensive, and both of those things I'm not into. So B-Man says, is it weird? I can only really fly my whoops in acro. Whenever I go to angle, the leveling correction messes with me. No, I'm the same way. I used to be able to do both, but nowadays I can't. Metal Dirtskin says, sorry, that was when you were flying. Also forgot the screen was in the way of the main cam, so never mind. Got it. James Flores says, after watching you fly your whoop, I'm fixing my Tina whoop. Nice, James. I love that. Rob Axelson says, hola, Mr. Gangly Man. He also says Nick Burns is an interior acro master. He is indeed. Glenn Burnett says, if you run rapid fire, what RF mode do you run? Personally, I run the fancy one, rapid fire 2, I guess it is, the most aggressive one. Certain cameras, though, won't work with that, but I just don't use those cameras anymore. So Metal Dixon says, I'm with you. Despite being on DJI, I still have analog and toothpicks and whoops. Bob Noxus says, what's up? And Ken's still in the chat. I'm going to fly a battery just for him. Trippy spin is pretty much the only thing you can't do with a tiny whoop. Also, I don't really like the way trippy spins look, to be completely honest. It's you know, I try to fly in a way that, like, not just pilots can watch, like anybody can watch without getting motion sick. And the trippy spin is just, yeah, it's just one of these tricks that you're gonna make somebody nauseous with it. So yeah, it's not my thing. I've done them in the simulators a bunch. I've done them in real life. But it's just like every time I do them, I'm like, okay, now I'm done doing it. Good. It's not like it doesn't fit with like any kind of flow. It's just I don't know. It's kind of in my opinion, it's a little bit of like a kind of show off move. But you could argue that every single thing that we do is a show off move. Perch on the fridge, that's doable. Getting this to the right channel here. There we go. Hey! What's up, friends? Oh God, Tiny Whoop, relax. Yeah, these motors are whooped. Ooh, and I actually cracked this frame. Oh wait, no, I didn't. Yeah, it's a little cracked. That's fine. That's fine. All right, let's get it. Let's see what it do. Wah-ha-ha-ha-ha-hi! Wow, that couch. Who put that there? Who put that couch there? Oh boy. Backed right into that wall. Oh no! It is so tight under here. That's what she said. Parts on the fridge. Oh yeah. The multi-bounce perch under the fridge. Easy, easy, little guy, easy. Backwards power loop through there. Let's see if we can get under there. Nope. Ah! Oh wow, what was that? I think I actually got confused in the air on that one. Get under there. Oh! Here we go. Get in there. Get in. Oh no! Oh, I'm taking a walk on that one. It is. Oh, what? I've never gotten out from behind that door before. Oh, that was a big one. What? Come on, buddy. You got this. Yeah. Climb the gravity 48 mil board. Or no, 48 inch rather. Oh, I forgot it was there. I like to try to do a wall ride on that closet there. Oh, God. Carpet got me on that one. What? Woo! Look at them socks. Oh, hi. Hi, friend. I know you. Ah, so much harder to do right hand orbits than left. Let me show you. Ah! No. Come on. You can do it. Ah, yeah. Left-handed orbits are like cheating. Oh, no. Uh-oh, it's dark. I'm scared. Get under there, get under there. Oh, God! That really low-level elevation control is tough. Oh, I hit the top of the chair. I'll be damned. I don't think I have quite enough battery to pull off this really tight power loop. We'll try it anyway. Nope. Ah. Well, there it is. Just for you, my friend. Thanks for coming by, dude. Obviously, you can stay, but yeah, that one was for you, my man. All right, enough procrastinating from building. I've got to do the thing that I don't want to do, as always. Wait, no, there's more chat things. I can get caught up on chat instead of doing the thing that I hate. Let's get back into focus here. All right. That's probably about right. Okay. Dan636 says something about the red pine. Athix says they used to flash the internal mod for red pine. I don't know how they did. The easiest options option is multi-mod in JR Bay. Somebody on the other night's live stream, though, was saying that if I did that, I wouldn't get the lower latency. So I can't do the mod bay thing. Dan636 says, Joshua said something on his Sunday live stream. Can't remember what it was, though. And Riot9 says, vote no, won't support protocols by Magic. Erwin Sim says, yes, do HTX anyways. James Flores says, got to have a separate multi-protocol module. There's Bob Noxious checking in. All right, cool. So almost caught up here. Come on. Athix says, head from infinity loops and trippy spin on a 65. Head from? What's that mean, Athix? Head from. Vom Red. What a great comment. Goodbye. Rob Axelson says, challenge, fly a full battery without crashing. That would be the most boring full battery ever. I mean, I have been meaning to play around a little bit. Ooh, perch on the fan blade. That would have been fun. Although that would make my allergies go bananas. So probably a good thing that I'm reading this now. I've been meaning to, and I've done this a couple times at Maggie's house, fly the tiny whoop like a Cinewhoop, and just be ultra smooth and just kind of cruisy and flowy and whatnot. I've been meaning to do that more. You just fly a lot slower. The easiest way to force yourself to do it is just to fly slowly, and then you will just, at least I will, I just start to naturally kind of fly like a Cinewhoop. Cody Essay says, good, Bob Noxious has CiottiFPV been drinking lots of crashing. No, that is just flying acro inside with a tiny whoop. The crashing is a byproduct of everything being so tight together, but also you don't have any help on horizon and angle mode. When you hit a wall and it changes the orientation of the quad, it automatically self-centers. Whereas on acro, when you bump the wall and it changes the attitude of the quad immediately, there's a little bit of a lag time for your eyes to figure out what has happened, right? Maybe I just bumped it and I came right off of it. Maybe I just turned a little bit, but maybe I turned a bunch, and that has to get... We can only do that visually, right? We're not sitting in the craft, so we can't use our butt meter, as we call it. We don't call it. We call it your butt dyno in the world of the wonderful world of motorsports. You don't have your butt dyno to notice that the world just did this, right? You can only use your eyes, and so you hit the wall, and there's like a quarter or a half of a second where your eyes have to find some representation of level, maybe that's a door frame, anything, and then you make your correction. So, and that's typically when crashes happen. Like, you'll bump into one thing, it'll change the orientation of the rig, and while you're trying to figure out what the hell just happened, immediately, the second that it hit it, you go careening into something else, and then you usually crash so hard that you can't recover. It's also why you, like, in acro inside, you tend to kind of do this thing a lot. Like, you'll overcorrect, correct, because you're kind of being, like, overactive for assuming that you're going to bump into stuff. It's really difficult. If you haven't flown acro inside, do it, guys. It's incredibly challenging. It's very frustrating, but it's like swinging with a weighted bat, because you got to really pay attention to where the horizon's at, and you got to really get sensitive with your fingers in trying to keep that horizon as flat as possible. Realistically, it'll take you at least 100 batteries, would be my guess, to be able to fly around inside in acro without just wanting to scream. It really does take a while, but man, is it nice. Like, once you get it down, it's super fun, because yeah, you're building muscle memory. Cody Essay with a 249 Canadian Californian super chat. He says, LOL, I love the live streams. Thank you, brother. I love putting them on for you guys. Rob Axelson says, if you're not crashing, you're not flying. Yeah, that too. All right, cool. We are caught up. Time to put BT 2.0 onto the 2S Insta360 Go carrier. I don't think I can do this with it together. I feel like... Well, I mean, I need to pull the canopy off no matter what. So let's pull the canopy off and see what kind of access I can get. And then I'll figure out if I need to pull the motors off as well. Soldering iron is coming on. Set to 700 degrees in cheeseburger units. As always. Alright. Let's move these guys out of the way. Yeah, so I'm really hoping that with the less resistance from BT 2.0 that I can run double Betaflight 260 mAh batteries, which are nice and light, on this rig. I'm cautiously optimistic. Here's another couple batteries that just finished up. Let me just get these off of here. I do also have these Weebleed FPV 300s, but they're quite a bit heavier. And yeah, the magic of Tiny Whoops is lightness, lightness, lightness. Alright, let me get this other Weebleed battery on the charger here. And alright, good. Yeah, I'll throw these nitro nectars that I just burned down on here as well. Might as well. Okay, that is plugged in and may be charging. So let's, at some point, once I pick motors for this rig, I'm going to direct solder the motors. But for right now, I've got these, I made my own little kind of half plug things on this newbie drone board, which worked out pretty well. Let me move the chat over so I can actually see it. Hey, there we go. Smooth Groove and says indoor acro is challenging and fun AF. I agree. WAMFPV says indoor acro for life helps with your big quad skills too, for sure. Roboxison says fire up the iron. Let's get soldering. 661 says dang, BT 2.0 2S connector. That thing is going to rip indeed. Stain FPV, when you say motors down, I think what you mean is a pusher configuration like this. Pusher configuration is considerably less efficient. The low pressure area, which is up above the propellers, the low pressure area is much more important than the high pressure area. All the work gets done. You know, the propeller spins and all the work that it's doing is trying to pull air in. Once the air gets pushed downwards off the propeller, it kind of doesn't matter. All the work has been done. So the cleaner that you can keep the low pressure zone, the area above the propeller where it's pulling air in, the better. So there are pusher tiny whoops, but the tiny whoops struggle for performance as it is. So yeah, having that deficiency tends to really have a big impact. And again, these rigs have the hardest time as it is, so it's just not a great combination. A really good example of that is the Betaflight 85X, which I don't even know if they sell anymore. The difference between that 85X and the 95X in terms of performance is like wild. Much, much, much better flight performance from... So in that case, right, we have to keep going up in propeller size all the way up to a 2.5-inch propeller to get performance out of a that style of rig, right, like a naked GoPro carrier. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so Well, I'm going to have to pull this receiver off for sure. And I'm also going to have to pull the VHB off. Great! That's annoying. But, game. Come on, come off of there. Come off of there. Robert Davis says mine are 12.6 Betaflight BT 2.0 450 mAh, 12.6 grams. I don't remember what these weigh. Frank Nicholas is in the house. What's up, dude? All right, so there we go. Might be able to reuse this VHB. Give it a shot. Just put it on there. All right, cool. So positive is on the outside, which is easy to remember because they used a square pad for ground. Thank you for that, newbie drone. Making all of our lives just a little bit easier. We're going to get this fluxed up here, and the first thing I'm going to do is just yank this PH 2.0 connector on out of here. Cleaning the tip of the soldering iron, and we are good to go. Pads are fluxed. I've got the positive in my left hand, and I'm giving it a little tug already. And that's that. And now we're going to do the ground, which will typically take a little bit longer, but should still go pretty quick. I feel like 700 is about as high as you want to go on like a tiny whoop or a really small rig. Ground pad's taking a lot longer, but there it is. All right, so this connector can hang out over here. I'm going to use braid to try to open these holes back up so that I don't have to try to heat it up and then poke the lead through all at once. It's always nicer to get the solder out of the holes so that you can just put the wire into the hole. That's what she said. Isaac M says, so then wouldn't the 2.5 inch rigs be better if they weren't pushers? I thought being a pusher gave some kind of performance advantage. No, what I was trying to get at there, I had a feeling I didn't explain that clear enough. In order to get enough efficiency out of a pusher configuration, you have to go all the way up to a 2.5 inch prop. As prop size increases, efficiency increases. So yeah, you don't really see a lot of these 2-inch pusher rigs because inherently the pusher configuration, you take a big hit on performance. So that's what I was kind of getting at there. The advantage of a pusher setup is that it will it moves the propellers and the prop guards down so that hopefully they're no longer in view of the HD camera. That's really the only reason that pusher rigs exist, is to try to get the props and the ducts / guards down as far as possible and out of view. But unfortunately, in doing so, it kind of wrecks the flight performance. So yeah, there's a big sacrifice there. Some people are willing to take that sacrifice. I kind of am not in most cases. Although, I don't know, we'll see. I haven't played with the pusher rigs a ton. So, alright, this ground pad is being a little bit of a dick. I'm going to give it like one more try here. And then I'm just going to give up and try to jam that wire through as I heat the pad up. Let's hit it with flux one more time. And give it one last shot here. Get on there quick. Nah, it's not going to cooperate. Alright, well, I should still be able to get it. I'll put a bunch of solder in there and then we'll be alright. We'll be alright. Okay, let me actually do that one first. Hey, what did, why do they use blue and white? What did we figure out? What's blue? Oh, wait, no, it's on the batteries. Rounded is negative. Rounded, so white is ground. Alright, so let me do this one. I'm going to try to do this one first. White is ground. Oh boy, that is going to be a bitch. I kind of need to do that one first anyway, because it is on the inside. But man, is it in a bad spot. So let me try to sneak the tip of the soldering iron up in there. So at least give me a little divot on that pad so that I have a chance at getting the... So when you do this game with the through holes and you can't clear the through hole, at that point you need to blindly push the wire up from the bottom as you're applying heat to the top. Oh, farts. And that is kind of difficult to do. Oh boy, this is going to be tough. This is not going to be super easy. Isaac M. learned something today. Frank Nicholas says craft beer is some good, spicy chili now, CiottiFPV for dessert. Paul McDonald says, I checked my OG QX7 with Edge TX FR Sky only. Alright, so it sounds like we have our answer there. Realistically, I think I kind of need to get this ground hole cleared out. So let's give it one more try. I'm going to add a bunch of solder, and I'm just basically going to like pour heat into this ground pad here. So that means flux. That means I'm going to turn the temperature of the iron up to 750. Call it 760. I'm going to tin the tip of the soldering iron. Actually, no, I'm going to put the tip of the soldering iron in there, and then I'm going to add some fresh solder, and then I'll hit it with the wick one more time. Oh boy. Alright, so I'm just pouring heat into it. Alright, so there we go. While it's still warm, let's get the braid on there and see what we can pull out. Come on, braid. Suck that solder out. Suck it out of there like a succubus. Hey! I think... Yep, that cleared it. Hell yeah. Alright, cool. Wow, okay. I did not have high hopes for that. Usually when they get... what'll happen is they'll get a little bit of unleaded solder in there, and it's really hard to get out. 661 says, Paul, for red pine, you have to flash the internal module with red pine. How do I do that, 661? Steady Eddie says, what about filling the holes and then just soldering the wires to the surface? Yeah, I don't like to do that. Through holes are the strongest way using the through holes is way stronger than surface soldering it. And with like these battery leads, like they're gonna get tugged on, and so yeah, I really try to, if possible, if there are through holes, I will use the through holes. In most situations, not all, but most, to take advantage of that extra strength. All right, so there we are. Ground and the positive are threaded up through the bottom, and what I'm going to do is fold them to the side in the direction that I want them to go, keeping that pressure on them, and awesome. Get a little bit more flux on here. All right, great. So this is going to go pretty quick. Give you guys a little bit of zoomage. All right, here we go. Let's knock this out real quick. I can kick the temperature on the iron back down. Put it to 710. That's a fun number. Okay. There we go. Solder's not flowing to the pad there. As soon as I said that, it started. We're good to go. Positive pad is always a joke compared to the ground pad. Let me just make sure, though, that there was enough solder that got pushed down through there. Oh, yeah, I'm glad that I did this. There we go. Much better. If the solder if you're doing a through hole and it seems like the solder is just sitting up on top, it probably is. If you push the solder down into the through hole, it'll go down and like you'll see it like seep down in there. The ground is not sitting in there all the way, so I'm going to rework it real quick and just push up on the wire. To make sure that it's all the way in there. I think we're good. There we go. Yeah, that's sitting nice and flush. I like to make sure that the insulation sits nice and flush against the board. That's what makes it really strong. So we are good to go now. We can sit this board back down, and I am so curious to see how this is going to be now without those three pH 2.0 connectors being all angry and aggressive. VHB still seems to have a little bit of life left in it. Let's give it the good squish here. Orga says, saying a lot of oh boys lately. Is Scott Bakula possess CiottiFPV's body to change history for the better? I think it's that I'm trying to not curse. Would be my guess. Yeah, trying my best, you know. Maggie's 11-year-old Felix is like right at that age where, you know, cursing is like fun, but yeah, I'm trying to not be a horrible influence. that's what's going on. That's all it is. I think that's what's going on. Maybe I'm just losing my touch. You never know. All right, cool. So I want to get this one wire kind of pushed over a little bit and out of the way because of how the batteries mount on this setup. There we go. That's looking good. This is out of the way. Those motor wire connectors are all good to go as well. Cool. So let's start putting some screws back in, and we can put this thing in the air, burn some of these BT 2.0 batteries down. Alright, so the front screw doesn't secure anything, it just kind of goes in there. Try to get it tight enough, but not too tight. That should be about perfect. And now we're going to put the canopy down, but it looks like the video antenna popped out, so let's get that threaded back through. There we go. Okay, receiver antennas, let's just pull these out, make sure that's all happy. Okay, brilliant. So, here we go. I'm going to do the back first. Okay. All right. Okay, and now we got the sides here. Rob Oxelson is out of here. Thanks for hanging, brother. Orga says that's kind of sweet. Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Gotta grow up sometime. Might as well be now. I'm more than happy to grow up at this point. Feels really good having more of an adult life, if I'm completely honest. Not that I didn't like my old life, but my new life is way better. Way, way, way better. I did not know it could be like this, boys. Did not know it could be this good. I woke up this morning to Maggie crawling into my bed. I was like, oh, you're here. Oh, my God. I didn't think she was going to... She said she was going to come over today, but I didn't think she was going to come over so early. So that was really nice. Amazing surprise. All right, I think they bottom. I think these screws actually bottom out on this Cockroach 75 canopy. They do not on the 65 canopy, but on this one, I'm pretty sure they bottom out in the plastic. So we are good to go. That is put back together. I'm gonna do 2 batteries, 1 flight without the Insta360 Go, just to see how it is. But the PID tune is actually dialed in for the Insta360 Go, so it's going to be a little bit overactive without it, but I just want to make sure that everything is kind of happy and good to go. So we'll start with a lightweight flight, and we're going to leave it on the 3 blade props for now. So let's do these 2. And we're going to come back here. I'm going to kick this monitor back out so you guys can see what the hell's happening. Hopefully it doesn't explode. CiottiFPV says, if you have a motor going bad on a 5-inch, just hovering, I'm getting this jerking and jumping every now and then. And I don't know what could be causing it. I put Black Box in the Discord. I don't really use Black Box, JR, so maybe there's somebody in there that can help you out with it, but it's not going to be me. Is that the only time that it's happening? Because that could also be a gyro letting go. Are you getting desyncs? Is it falling out of the air at all? Alrighty. Get this focused while I'm changing the channel. Alright, that's good enough. So now this thing is really hard to fly in here. These 75s being all big and heavy and fat, they are really, really difficult to fly in this small ass apartment. But I shall persevere and we will get the job done. Ooh, these batteries would fit kind of tight in here. I don't love that. It's alright though. That'll keep it from moving around, I guess. Okay, so this is as lightweight as I can make this rig. Let's actually get a little weight on it. Because this is about as light as I'm ever going to be able to get a 2S rig. A 2S Tiny Whoop. So all up, we're looking at 47.3. That's pretty heavy, isn't it? 47.3 versus the 65s are... The 65s are 30 right on the nose. So yeah, Jesus. It's just such a big weight difference between the 65 and the 75, regardless if it's 1S or 2S. And that's really why, in my opinion, the 65 millimeter rigs are really the only option for indoor stuffs. Let's see if it blows up. Maybe I soldered them on wrong. Oh god. The startup beeps are so much louder and like more authoritative on 2S than 1S. It's really wild. Like you can feel it. Like the rig vibrates. Whereas on 1S it doesn't. On 1S it's like... Oh, did I leave these goggles on? I did. That's weird. Alright. Well, here we go. My goggles are beeping because I left them on like a jackass. But here goes nothing. Hover point is very low. Jesus. Look at that hover point. 18%. Oh, it's got way more power, friends. Okay. Now it flies like a 2S rig. Oh, wow. And look at this look how much better of a job this camera is doing in the bedroom. Wow. Wow. Ooh, ooh, this is the rig that I don't want to crash. Oh, and something's angry. I think I bent a prop. Bend one of you guys? Oh yeah, oh yeah. This prop got very bent. Okay. Back down you go. Much better. Whoo! Wow, man, that is serious. Good Lord, I don't even think I'll fly it around for another couple seconds here, but I'm gonna get that Insta360 go on it right away. Woo! Jesus! Wow. So it's hard to fly without the Insta360 Go because I have the throttle curve set for the Insta360 Go. I guess what I could do is set up two different profiles. Man, these fucking Fat Shark batteries, man. I love them because they fit in the I love them because they fit in the goggle strap really nice, but see, and now look, and now it stops beeping. Just in the middle of the battery, it just starts beeping for no reason. And it doesn't do it all the time. It just does it, I don't know, every couple times that I charge the damn thing. It's so strange. It's so strange. Alright, Insta360 Go is going on here, and I have a feeling that this thing is a big fat winner. The way that it was just moving around without it, compared to when it had all those PH 2.0 connectors on it, like this is a thing. This is a real thing. So, one button push to get the Insta360 Go rolling, and there it goes. Got about half this battery left, maybe a little bit less than that. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Much better. This is flyable. This is flyable. It was not really flyable with the Insta360 on it. So I just blasted right through those batteries. Let's just quick swap them out. And come on. Oh, these motors are getting hot though. That was happening before. Whatever. You know, I had these motors floating around. If I cook them, it's fine. Okay, so let's get 2 fresh 260s in here, and let's see how this thing is. This is the setup that I'm hoping is gonna work. 2 of these 260s. Previously, I was getting like 1 minute on the nose of runtime with this little setup when carrying the Insta360 Go. So yeah, that 1 minute is not quite enough. Minute and a half, now we're talking, but 1 minute is just kind of not quite enough. Let's see what we get with BT 2.0. And now I'm going to fly this like a Cinewhoop. Because it is a Cinewhoop right now, you know? So we're going to Cinewhoop around the apartment here. Woo, she fat. She's fat. But we've got the thrust. Woo! I was worried the Insta360 was going to smack that head on. Get under there. Oh no! Alright, well here goes the weebly wobbly game. Oh boy. No. Come on. Stop it. Yeah. Hey! There we go! Oh boy. Oh boy! Man, when it gets some momentum going, it does not want to stop. Oh no, I wanted to try to shoot that gap around the corner, but thought better of it. We are past the 1 minute mark already, and we're still at 3.3. This is, I think this is the one, man. I think this is it. Oh, got under there again. And there's the low battery at 1 minute and 30. Just starting to kind of come on when I dig into the throttle. And now it's on pretty solid. Minute and 47, I really ran the battery down quite a bit. But man, minute and 47, that's what I'm talking about. That is a realistic little Cinewhoop there. Let's see what the batteries bounced back to. You guys can't see it, but I should be able to. They bounced back to 3.65. Not too bad. And it'll probably keep bouncing back once it's not, you know, pushing on the VTX, pushing on the motors, all that good stuff. Ooh, that's exciting. That is exciting, guys. Shit. This is something that you could like take to the mall and just fly around the mall with. You know what I mean? Like you could bring this shit anywhere. Look at this little guy. Yeah, whee! All right, so now let's test it with the Weebleed 300 mAh. So these are just the Nectar Golds, but with BT 2.0 connectors on them. And on the 65mm rig, it's like it's got a rocket up its ass from these batteries. It's really impressive. So let's see how it is on 2S with a bunch of weight. Oh, you know what? Let's get an all-up weight on this setup, like full. I guess this would be. I guess this is what we can call full fat Tiny Whoop. This is like the heaviest the Tiny Whoop will ever be. But this is carrying around one hell of a camera. So let's see. With the Insta360 Go and 2 of the big batteries, oh, she She a thick bitch. 76 grams. 76 grams, whereas I think it's fine with the 260s. With the 260s, so 76 down to 74.8, so 73.6 with two of the 260s. Let's see how these 300s do, though, man. These batteries are vicious in such a good way. We got one. We got two. Let's hit that. And come on, BT 2.0, what are you doing? There we go. There we go. Wait, no. Come on. Come on, hold on. Hold on. Wait, there it is. There! Okay. Nope, that's not it. And we'll watch this footage off the Insta360 Go this weekend. Because the Insta360 Go does not connect to this old-ass computer. You know, it's probably too dark in here anyway. I'm just going to leave the Insta360 off for this battery. Because it's so dark in here that the footage from it is going to be probably useless. Well, fuck it, I'll turn it on. It's fine. Maybe something cool will happen. Alright, so this is two of the 300 mAh batteries. Let's see what kind of runtime we get. It's not even that loud. I mean, it's loud, don't get me wrong. Oh shit. Oh boy. Oh god, okay. Got away with one. Got away with one. Oh god, no! Just concentrating on not crashing. So my hover throttle is much lower now. Now it's down at like 30%. Let me actually fix that. I'm having a hard time with that. So we're going to go in here and... Oh, no, it's in rates. And the expo is at 30. The mid is at 40. I need to bring the mid down. Let's do 32 for the mid. And I'm actually going to throw some more expo at it. Let's bring it up to 40. See how that is. Woo! So now the hover throttle is higher. Now it's at like 35, 36. So let me just move that up a little bit. That center, it is really important to get that center point correct. If you're going to use throttle expo, especially if you're going to use an aggressive amount of throttle expo, you got to really make sure that center point is dialed in. And if you put your, and that is the reason that I run my throttle percentage in my OSD off on the right there. Woo! It does flips and rolls, friends. Oh my god. This, I mean, other than the weight, this flies great. It's got a really gnarly amount of power. I mean, oh! I'll be interested to see if these motors hold up to these crashes. Whee! Get some speed on here. Ooh, God. Ah! Well, here we go. Try to be gentle. Woo! Yeah, you gotta dig it into the corners a lot more because of the weight. But I mean, it's fine, and it's handling prop wash really well too. I mean, it's just refusing to prop wash. So man, I'm at 2 minutes and 30, 2 minutes and 40 almost. Oh, although these batteries, I did notice that about these batteries. They really, I mean, like when they when they get down, they just fall on their faces all at once. Dude, this is ridiculous. The motors are definitely getting hot though, like too hot. But who cares? It's worth it. And like motors get hot. It's hot in here. You know, if I was to run this outside, these motors would not be hot. It is like, 20 degrees out, but still. Are the batteries hot? The batteries are a little warm. Batteries are not too hot though. I would not call this too hot on the battery front. Wow, great fucking success, friends. This, wow. BT 2.0 versus 3 PH 2.0s. What a... I knew it was going to make a difference, but, like, that's something else. And that's without the 4 blades. That's just with the 3 blades. I don't have any more BT 2.0 batteries, so we're going to have to stop there. But this is one hell of a little gorilla whoop right here. As long as there's not jello, I'll look at this footage tonight on the laptop to see if there's jello. I'll probably throw it up on my Instagram if you guys want to check it out. If it's not, although actually no, the footage is going to be worthless. I won't really know. I got a flight during the daytime to see if there's going to be any jello issues. To get the shutter speed down a little bit. Alright, I just wanted to take care of that right there. Wow, that's a real thing right there. I've been trying to figure this out for a while. So now let's see if a 1S rig can give anywhere near that amount of performance. I'm cautiously optimistic. That's the other 75 build. So let's get into it. Quick post-mortem from a couple of those crashes. That seems fine. That seems fine. Yep. Cool. Yeah, everything feels okay. The danger with this Cockroach 75 frame is that it's got this carbon fiber brace on the bottom here, which is great for getting your filters down and getting your PIDs up. But when you crash this thing, the ducts push on the propeller, and the propeller then pushes on the motor shaft. And with the carbon fiber brace, the motor ain't going to move, so the motor's not going to give. So what happens is you start to really put a lot of stress on the motors. The motor shafts have a tendency to break, and or you just wreck the motor. Are these a bearing motor or a bushing motor? They're a bushing motor. So it won't be an issue where I break bearings, but yeah, it really puts a lot of stress on the motor itself. So it's a little trade-off, I'll be interested to. I would be interested to do one of these builds in a Beta 85X frame, although I don't know how I would hold the batteries. So I guess I would need to get the specific 2S batteries. But yeah, it would more than likely not allow me to get the PIDs up as high as I want to get them to eat that prop wash. But you never know. You never do know. I am going to be building a freestyle 75mm Tiny Whoop. Specifically to see if there's a reality to doing that. I don't really think that there is, but hey, I'm going to find out for sure. All right. Wow. What a thing that was. Oh, I do have 2 more batteries. Oh no, this one's still charging. I watched Black Widow today. That was pretty cool. What am I doing? I'm not flying those 2 extra batteries. Not yet. Okay. Here's the jib jab. Hold on, let me kick a spammer in the nuts. There we go. Kenny Kobe says, I get paid tomorrow, brother. Gonna send it with the super chats next week. Get back to my game here, helping a brother out. Thanks, Kenny. That's super cool. Never ever put yourselves out, guys. Always, you're always first. Don't ever feel like you're letting me down by not donating. That being said, it is greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated when you guys help me out. All right. James Flores is going to fly. Let's rebuild the 1S75 with a couple of the production T-Motor 0803 22,000 kV motors that I helped them out a little bit with the prototype testing. This is going to be cool. They stuck with the yellow, black, red wires, which is kind of cool. I'm down with that. Get out of there, little boy. Get out of there, little buddy. And let's get this one out here as well. T-Motor is including an extra C-clip, which is just so nice of them. Actually, they're giving you 2 extra C-clips. That's... I'm in love with that, man. If you're going to make a C-clip motor, for the love of God, give an extra C-clip, because the process of removing these tiny little C-clips is absolutely absurdly hard. Kenny Kobe with a $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. Oh, that's right. I was going to black this thing all the way out. Oh, you know what? Let me look at the camera that was just on that rig. I have Goober canopies with 2 different cameras, and I've been trying to figure out which one is which to see which one I liked better. And for the first time, I noticed the difference just now. So this is the one with the plugs off on the left side. Aha! And then this has the plugs off on the right side. Okay, so the plugs on the left camera is the one that does better in low light. So I feel like I would actually rather have that camera on the 65mm rigs that I'm going to be flying around in here. I would rather those have better low light. These 75s, because of the fact that the Insta360 Go is not great in low light, I would rather have the 75 rigs that are going to be carrying the Insta360 Go have the camera that's worse in low light, because that way I don't basically like if your camera if your FPV camera performs as close as possible to your HD camera, you won't have a situation where it was like, oh, I thought I could see on the FPV, but then the HT is useless. You want to try to match those 2 things up. So, here we go. We're going to do a black Cockroach 75 frame. So this has the plugs on the right, which is the camera that's not as good. I'm sorry, the camera that's... Okay, no, this is the one that I want to use. Plugs on the right. Yeah. So this is the camera that I want to put in the 65. And I might have... Is this another one of those? It is not. OV231V 1.0. What about in this canopy? Is this canopy it? No. think this camera is actually in here sideways. I thought that I had another one of these canopies. Is it in one of these little bags here? Let's see. Or not well, yeah, I thought I had another one of these canopies. Oh, I do. Oh, and it's on the left. Oh, okay. Dan636 says, put micro apex on the scale today, came in at 310 as flown. Is that set up for 3-inch or 4-inch, Dan? 310 grams is flown. Should I upgrade the 1804X Novas for a bigger motor? Oh, there's my answer. On a 4-inch prop, what motor should I go with? The 1804X Novas, I really like them on the 3.5-inch props, but on the 4-inch props, in my opinion, they just weren't quite enough. So, this is on the left, so this is for a 65. I'm surrounded by tiny whoops right now. Just absolutely surrounded. Yeah, so for a 4-inch prop, I prefer the 2004 motors. Where the hell did that BT 2.0 tiny whoop? I'm gonna knock this. I'm gonna switch these cameras out right now. That's got the thingies on the left side. And this has them on the right side. So, wait, no, left side does better in low light. So I want to take this canopy off, switch it with this one. And then I think I'll have the same cameras on these two rigs, and that is exciting. I've had a mismatched camera situation going on. 1946 up in the corner. Yeah. Okay, so I'll pull off of here. So wait, this one's actually good. This is the BT 2.0 65 rig, so this one's good to go. This one just needs a better antenna. This has a shitty antenna right now, but that's okay. All right, so that one's good. Get in there. So I'm going to pull the canopy off this, and I'll put it in here. Let me do that real quick. Okay, I'm going to need to pull these bunny ears off, which is kind of annoying, but that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, Dan, you know, before you take those 1804s off, you should grab a couple of sets of 3.5-inch props and just put them on there and see if you like it. Because at 310 grams, I think that actually might be a really hot setup. And I think you might really kind of dig that. Maybe not though, but yeah, on a 4-inch prop, 2004 seems to be the correct motor choice. I've tried a bunch of different motors, and that's the one that really rocks. Alright, so let's get these bunny ears off. I have them mounted with some titanium screws. Get that backed out. Okay, there's one. And here's the other. Oh man, I'm so glad I saw a difference between those two cameras. I was kind of struggling to notice a difference between them. Okay, cool. So this is now for this guy, it makes me a little sad that the colors are not gonna. So this is on the right. So I only have 2 of these cameras with the plugs on the left, and those are the good low light ones. Here's what they look like. I don't know if you guys can identify what this camera is, but This is what it looks like. And I'm pretty sure it came in. So up in the top left corner of the back there, it says 1946. I think that's what it says. Let me look. Hold on. Get all piratey with it. 1946. Yeah, 1946. And then above that it says FS. Who's got the best Google foo in the chat? FS 1946. What the hell camera is that? Anybody know? And then on the front of the camera, it looks like it says V1.1. Let me see. Looks like it says V1.1 on the top right of the front. It's hard to see it though. The canopy really covers it up quite a bit. But I think I see it in there. Maybe that's enough for you guys to figure it out. Athix says, when will you get the V3 board from JB? I have no idea, Athix. I don't know how I don't know how busy he is or isn't to be able to send that out. Okay, so I'm sure as hell not gonna put a clear canopy onto this. Well, although unless I move, I will break this frame. Actually, I am. I am gonna put this clear canopy on here because once I break this black frame, I don't have any more black frames. That's a lie. I have the Betaflight frame. Well, yeah, I'm gonna put this on here. I'm not gonna change the canopies. It's a real bitch to get these cameras in and out of these canopies. Oh, farts. I'm gonna have to. I super glued this. Not super glued. I welders glued this antenna on here, and I'm gonna have to bust that welders off. Acro Dog says, "Went back to cook dinner and eat. CiottiFPV is still here." Yeah, man. I almost always stream for 2-ish hours. We're gonna go into overtime here tonight because we got lots of fun stuff to do. Although I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get 2 of these motors soldered on and this 1S rig put back together, but we'll see. Never say never. Unless you want to. Do whatever you want. Alright, prying this receiver off the back of the camera here. Whew, that VHB is getting old on there. Okay. Yeah, man, I got a whole bunch of that welder on there. I mean, I could try to just pop the camera out, but my God, is it a pain in the ass to get that back on there. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I think I'm going to... So this is the rig that's going to stay PH 2.0. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, no, I'm just going to bust that welder off. It's fine. I'll redo it. It's fine. Come off, little buddy. Come on, Senior UFL. Come out of there. There we go. Okay, great. Hopefully it's not taking the UFL with it. It is not. And there we go. Okay, the welder is off. Let me just scrape it off here because I'm going to need to reapply it. Come on. There we go. All right. Comes off nice and clean. It's one of the things I love about Welder. It comes off nice and clean. No bullshit. No stuff. No like tearing when it comes off. It's just such good stuff. All right. Let's get this camera unplugged. Okay. There we go. Cody SA says, Google says nothing, FS 1946 V1.1. Damn it. I think the only way to find it is going to be to, like, look at pictures of these cameras. And just read off of the picture. Because I think those are just, like, internal numbers, you know, that the manufacturer's using. Maybe? I don't know. Who knows? Like, for example, if you guys do like a Google image search for newbie drone camera or like newbie drone acro B camera, I think you would then need to just like look at those pictures to figure out what's happening to try to find those numbers. This VHB has been on here for a long time, so I'm gonna freshen it up and replace it. Although it's still shockingly sticky, my God. Comes up as a tractor, Kenny Kobe says. Well, that's not gonna help us. Man. I flew this thing outside at one point because there's Georgia clay remnants all over this double-sided VHB. Okay, there we go, though. It came off almost perfect. There we go. Alright, cool. Paul McDonald says, can you show us the back again? Which one is it? It's this one. Pull this out of the way. Alright, Logitech. This is your chance. This is your chance to not be awful. There it is. There's the back. All right. Come on. You can do it. You can refocus, Logitech. Come on. You got this. You son of a bitch. Hey, there it goes. Comes up as wallpaper. Athix says, wires on the right looks like the BI 600 TVL. Now we're talking. So that's wires on the right. What the hell is this wires on the left one? Is the question. It definitely handles low light better. Like, unquestionably. Alright. So, am I really going to leave this with a clear canopy, or do I put this into a different canopy? I have a blue canopy. I technically have one, maybe two of these black canopies, but I feel like this one might be. So this one has the VTX. This is for the blue. I don't know. They look pretty similar, but not exactly the same. Maybe they are, though. Why did I have to cut that out? Why is that? What? Why was that hitting? Really? What is that shit about? I remember having to cut that out, but what, why is that happening? Did I just do that because I was being crazy? I think it was flying weird, and I did that, like, preventatively. Yeah, no, that's not a problem. Okay. Alright, so this is the wires on the right one that I can potentially put on this build here to fully black it out. This clear one, so it's either this clear one with the camera that's in it, or I swapped the cameras for this blue. No, not happening. It's going to be clear. Sticking with the clear one. And then this is the old newbie drone receiver that's really lightweight, that has these really flimsy, shitty antennas in it. It'll be nice to replace these with ELRS one of these days. Whenever I get that whole thing going. Okay, so here we go. Antenna is threaded through the canopy. We're going to drop the UFL down here. And there's that. I also am going to... before I plug the camera in, I'm going to VHB the... I need 2 pieces of VHB stacked on top of each other. License to drive says, is this the camera? Copy link address. Paste. Let's see. Fuck. That is not it. No, there's no writing on the front of that camera. That's not it. Yeah, no. Not the one. Go fish. Acro B light ring any bells where it came from? Would not surprise me, Kenny. It would not surprise me if it was a newbie drone product, because I don't remember. I actively try to not take these cameras out of the newbie drone canopies because it's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass to get them out. So yeah, my assumption is that it was in. Is that it was sold by Newbie Drone. This camera and canopy setup was sold by Newbie Drone, is my assumption. I could totally be wrong. But yeah, I've never seen 2 different camera options on Newbie Drone's website. So like, it might have. There's a chance that it came out. No, that had the VTX built into the. And it's also it could have only come in a rig that has the VTX built into the AIO. So yeah, I mean, I'm 99% sure that it came in an Acro. An Acro B. The wires are black, white, red. Yeah, black, white, red. Okay, we've got our little receiver here. No, I'm going to put the VHB on the back of the camera, because the space that you have is kind of limited. And I want to get it down the bottom here. There we go. Hey, that's looking good. Okay, terrific. I'm actually going to unplug this UFL. And I'm actually going to take it all the way out of here. Alright, so the VHB is on there. It's looking pretty good. Let's just make sure it's all the way attached. Okay, cool. So now we're going to stick the receiver on, and I'm going to use this little bit of extra wire here that I have to put it on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to put it up over here. And just kind of tuck it up as high as I can. Yeah, that's the stuff. Although, if I put it the other way, I can really tuck it up under the this little brace here. Oh, no, I can't. No, I can't. It's all the same. Gotta use some of that extra wire. I'm gonna put it here. I don't think these wires are gonna conflict with each other all that much once it's all the way together. Okay, so that is dead center. Let's just give that some good pressure here so that the VHB does its thing. Slim says, I think Newbie Drone is unique for having the white wire instead of yellow on the camera, but I could be wrong. The other, I think you're right, because even the other cameras with the thing on the right side, it's got the white. So you could be onto something there. I would, I think you're right about that. All right, so that's going to come up and get plugged in there. And then I'll just need to route these two little antennas. Let me actually just knock that out now. So the longer antenna, I'm going to fold back this way. And stick it up through that little hole there. And then the shorter one, I'm going to put up the front, up through the front, and try to get it up above the camera. You guys can't really see what I'm doing, sorry. Okay. So let's just push this one forward here. Bend it down a little bit just to get some more distance out of it. And then, come on, there we go. So that's now up above. Oh, cool. Now I can grab it from in here. There it is. Just looking for that top part to kind of get located. I don't know if this actually makes a difference, but God forbid I am ever like flying this thing outside and I need a little bit of extra range. Having the antennas in their best possible little locations is a big deal. Hey, there we go. Now we're talking. Come on, go to the other side. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Head it over, going over, and almost there. Oh, my free game of the month, one of them was Dirt 5. I was playing that on PS4 the other night. It's kind of fun. I thought it was a little bit more realistic than that, but it is not. It is a pretty specifically arcadey game. Which is it's difficult for me to adjust from sim to arcade, and I don't necessarily think it's good to do that. So I don't know if I'm gonna play it much, but it was cool the other night. It's a gorgeous game. My God, the graphics are something else. But yeah, I was admittedly a little bit disappointed in the lack of a physics model that resembles anything realistic. It's just it's I don't know. It's just kind of a missed opportunity in my opinion to not have people on the team that make these games that are into realism. But it's also a big ask to make a realistic tire model in these video games. And the tire model is like 99% of the realism to the game, and it's really really hard to do that, as evidenced by the fact that there aren't many sim games. All right, let's get this fiddly shit going here. Pass that down. Pass this over here. Alright, we're going to snap this on. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to get the camera plugged in. And then we can put the screws all back in. And then I'm not even going to fly this. Just doing this for the sake of doing it. I've been meaning to do this, and it was the perfect time. Perfect! Okay, so that's on there. I can organize these wires a little bit better in a second. Let's just get these canopy screws on. 1. Come on. 2. 3. Cool. Throw the sides in. No, back one in first. I use this nice long screw in the rear, which seems to really help with the durability when using these goober canopies. I don't know. I mean, I guess now that I don't have the Insta360 Go anymore, and I'm not going to be putting the bunny ears on to these 65mm rigs, I guess I can technically move away from these goober canopies. They've been good to me, and I haven't been breaking the posts on the frame, so I mean, but they are a little bit heavier. I could potentially save a little bit of weight. Anybody know what the hot canopy is in Tiny Whoop Racing Land for the 65s? Is there like a general consensus as to which canopy is the best one? The problem could be that I've gotten used to whatever the hell up tilt that Newbie Drone has in these, so I'll actually probably just stick with these goober canopies. But I am curious as to if there's like a canopy that the racers run because it's better for some reason. Alright, so those two are cranked down just about right. Crank this rear one down a little bit extra just so it gets the strength. And give it even more. Okay, there we go. Athix says, looks like that wires on the left is on the V3. Really? Acro Weeboo says, don't break my heart. I won't. Did you ask like a question that you were waiting for me to answer? Dingles says, did you already pick the giveaway winner? Dingles, I have not had a chance to get my Fiverr fully updated. So the giveaway is running until Monday of next week. I knew it was going to take me longer than I thought to get the Fiverr page going. So yeah, on Monday night I said, hey, I need a little more time with this giveaway. So giveaway is going to end on Monday. For anybody just joining me, Ekro Weeboo says, I believe it's 20 degrees. Thanks, dude. Yeah, there's a full build giveaway. To get entered, every $5 you spend on my Etsy store, my Fiverr page, or my Teespring store will get you on the wheel this coming Monday. We don't have the regular giveaways this coming Monday, so we're going to do this as a giveaway instead. I also like that. That makes me feel good too. So yeah, sorry to kind of have to change it there, but yeah, I saw the writing on the wall with the time it was going to take me on Etsy, not Fiverr. I said Fiverr before. It's Etsy. Etsy's listings, like the listing setup is kind of confusing, so it just takes longer than it should to update that shit. But I'm well on my way. I got both of the new red and white holographic stickers up there, and I updated some of the other items. So I'm well on my way to having the Fiverr page or the Etsy page totally up to date with all the new stuff on there. And a bunch of new stuff to add to it too. You know what I'm adding to it is the impossible to find. T-Motor is the only company, is the only way that you can get these, to my knowledge. The very handy but very difficult to find M3x9 screws. There's going to be a limited number of them going up on my Etsy page either tonight or tomorrow. So if you have a situation where your M3x8 is a little too short, but an M3x10 is a little too long, your gangly buddies got you covered. Trying to get this kind of tucked in a little bit better here. But I mean, it is just going to pop right back out. I would love to get it just like that, but it won't stay like that. It's not even going to stay like this. Oh, that's right. I remember why. It's because that hits the UFL hits the camera. And it's not long enough to turn it all the way to the front. Yeah, whatever. This is fine. It's fine. Acro Weeboo. That's such a fun name. What's the deal with that name? Is there a fun story behind it? This really won't... Why won't this rotate at all? Is there a component there that it's smacking into? Weird. Well, that's in there a little bit. That's a little bit in there tighter. All right, cool. So this thing is good to go now. Sorry, I got so obsessed just now. I just wanted to get it just right. Dusty Joe says adding the hat. LOL Relentless. I know. Oh god, I totally forgot about that. Acro Weeboo says I feel like terrible Acro and I love terribly Weeboo or Weeboo shit. All right. Now we know. Jesus, it's 10:30 already. Let's just charge through. Let's just charge through. Soldering iron is being turned on. I'm going to cut these connectors off because Acro be life. Cut this connector off as well because Acro be life. Stripping tin. Okay. All right. Cody Essay with a $2.79 Canadian super chat. He says, "Doing it for the sake of doing it." That's what she said. Nice, Cody. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the support. I will spend it on something FPV related or life related. Either or. I won't spend it on whores, I promise. I have a no hooker policy in life. Even though I make jokes about it all the time. And so should you, I think. I don't know. Do whatever you want. Just making sure I have enough exposed wire on this red one here. Yeah, we'll be alright. There we go. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Okay, next up. So yeah, these T-Motor 0803s and 0802s have a two-piece bell. So they're not great for like really hard crashing, but this is a cinematic rig. So I really shouldn't be banging it around. That's what she said. So yeah, it should be fine. I'm having to replace two of these motors because the motor shafts broke on two of them here on the prototype motors, which was because I was crashing the shit out of this rig at Maggie's, and it's on this Cockroach 75 frame with the carbon fiber X plate on the bottom. So that kind of overloaded. You know, the all-up weight on these things are kind of heavy. That all-up weight combined with the extra power, combined with the carbon fiber X brace, was just too much for the motor shafts to handle. So yeah, that's going to be another problem on these 75mm builds, is durability. They're a lot heavier, they're a lot more powerful, and these tiny whoop frames are not all that strong. It's interesting that this Cockroach 75 frame is a lot stronger because of the carbon fiber X brace, but it's interesting that the shit rolls right downhill and then the motor becomes the weak point, which is like, it's such a beautiful example of FPV in general. Is like, you know, oh, you know, our frames are all now indestructible. Yeah, well, the motors are still very destructible. So yeah, like having an indestructible frame actually makes it even harder on the motors, and you end up breaking more motors, and motors are a lot more expensive. This is a learning curve that I went through with 5-inch rigs a couple of years back, moving to stronger and stronger and stronger frames. I wasn't getting any more net durability because motors started breaking a lot more often. So I realized that you need to balance that. You need to balance the strength of the frame with the strength of the motors. And that's one of the big reasons that I think that the Glide frame is so good, is that it's got that balance just right, where it's like as strong as you want a frame to be, basically. If you make a frame stronger than the Glide, the weak point is going to be the motors, and the motors are a pain in the ass to fix. So yeah, there's that. Alright, I think I might have a little bit of a hard time with one of these being a little too short, but the other ones are kind of perfect. So let me actually take a quick look at this. Yeah, that's a little, I gotta get a little bit more of the insulation off this one. I just want to take a little bit though. See if I can get it. Yes, perfect, okay. There we go. Gotta go to the grocery store, man. Hey, we're supposed to get a big ass storm this weekend here in Georgia. Pray for us. It's Georgians don't deal well with snow. They freak the fuck out. We'll be alright. I'm sure we'll be fine. Probably end up being nothing. Maggie's in this like rogue weather people Facebook group, And yesterday they posted like, oh, we're all fucked. So, yeah, it was interesting. Paul McDonald says, what VTX do you use in your Cinesplorer? I don't have a set one that I use. It's just like whatever. Slim says, I think Athix is right. Looked at the camo Acroby V3 and it looks just like, but it says V1.0, maybe because of first release. Okay, cool. Athix says, give and take when it comes to durability, power, and efficiency. Yeah, Slim says we're supposed to get that same snow in Virginia this weekend also. Yeah, it's supposedly a really big storm. All right, cool. So, here's the motor with the broken shaft. One of, I should say. So let's get this removed first. Should be pretty easy. Yeah, because these wires like don't want to be on there. They want to escape every second of their little motor lives. These prototypes had PVC insulated wires. I am very happy to report that the production ones have silicone coated wires. That is, thank fuck, is what that is. Clean these pads up a little bit. Make sure we don't have any bridging issues, hopefully. Okay, just using the tip, just cleaning the tip of the soldering iron all the way, and then using it, solder flows towards the heat, so you can just put the tip on there, and then when you pull the tip of the iron off, it'll take some of the solder right with it. It's almost good to go. Not quite, though. One little spot that might be... Oh, no, that's good to go. All right, so that one's fine. Where's the other one? It's over here. Let's take a look. All right, they look much better. They still do need to be cleaned up, though. Okay. There we go. All right, that should be good. Let me take another quick look. All set. All right, beautiful. This is one of the few situations that I absolutely have to use the helping hands. Not really a big fan of the helping hands, but in this scenario, they are pretty much a requirement. So we're gonna put this right here, and okay, I'll hold the motor up like that. Get this facing down. This is also a situation where it's so small that it helps me to use a little bit of magnification, which is a total pain in the ass, but whatever. Just get it over with. Just trying to get my depth perception figured out here. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Yellow is first. You guys aren't going to be able to see shit here, but even if my big dumb head wasn't in the way, you aren't going to be able to see shit. Okay, cool. So let me get the tip tinned real quick here. There we go. All right, here we go. Got one. Got two. That's pretty. Oh yeah, they are deep in their little sockets, nice and shiny. Fantastic. All right. Man, magnification really makes a big difference. Bork says never give up. Clam man, please.
諦めんなよ諦めんなお前どうしてそこでやめるんだそこでもう少し頑張ってみろよダメダメダメやめ諦めたら周りのことを思うよ応援してる人たちのことを思ってみろってあともうちょっとのところなんだから俺だってこのマイナス10度のところしじみが取れるって頑張ってんだよ絶対やってみろ必ず目標達成できるだからこそネバーギブアップ
There it is, friends. We ain't giving up either. It's 10:41. We are still going. Bork, thank you for the $5. Glenn Burnett with a $5 super chat as well. He says, here's to the digital fun. Busted my Hummingbird Pro SPIRX trying some acro in my house. Now I get to solder on some tiny-ass pads. Yeah, tiny whoop life. Let's get that gear fund rocking to 65. There it is. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Borked. CiottiFPV sent a picture on the Facebook to try to figure out what the hell this camera is. Let's see here. Ooh, somebody posted an FPV therapy. Very cool. CiottiFPV.com. Scroll down to the bottom. There's a link to FPV therapy. Great group of people. You're gonna love my nuts. All right, let's see. I don't think that's the camera. So that's the camera with the wires on the right side. That's the camera with the wires on the right side. Yeah, that's their standard camera. Yeah, it says newbie drone up on the top there. Yeah, what the hell is this weirdo camera that I've got? Very strange. All right, back to work. Back to work. One more motor to put on here, and then I should just be able to slam this together pretty quick, and we will we'll see what's up on 1S carrying a. It's got the KV. It's got the KV, and it's got the stator volume. The question is, what's the battery sag going to be like on 1S? Like, it might... the batteries might just not be able to do it. It might be too much of an ask. But there's only one way to find out, and we are going to find that shit out pretty soon. Here we go. Back into pirate mode. Arrgh. Let's get it done. Alright, cleaning the tip, tinning the tip, just the tip, just for a little bit, just to see how it feels. What movie, friends? Come on. There we go. There's one. Comes the second one. Ah, come on, man. Stay flat in there, little bastard. There we go. Alright, and the third one. You know I'm soldering some tiny shit if I stop talking. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah, little friend. Get it! Wait, hold on. Yeah, good to go. Let me just clip a tiny little bit off of this guy here. Wait, no. Let me do this up by my face. You know, I don't need to cut shit off of there. It's totally, it's like, well, yeah, no, I don't need to cut anything off there. It looked a lot longer than it was when I had the thing on my face. It's an interesting sentence. Okay, I am gonna swap out this double-sided tape here for some fresh VHB because it is at the end of its little service life. This is white double-sided tape and it's all foamy. I think that this is the Acro B that Frank Nicholas sent me. I think I remember it having white double-sided on it. All right. Okay. I mean, for the record, if anybody has a V1 Acro B that they don't want anymore, I will absolutely buy it. Just the AIO or the entire rig. I really only need the AIO. But yeah, if anybody is over tiny whooping, I don't know why you would be hanging out and watching Whoop Wednesday, but if you are, and you've got a V1 Acro B, I will absolutely buy it off of you. I take that back. I will not. I apologize. Because I'm going to move to these new crops of AIOs that have ELRS built in. Even at 1.2 grams, that is a significant weight penalty for a tiny whoop. The ELRS receiver. The second that there is an AIO made by not Happy Model and not Betaflight that has a VTX built into it and ELRS built into it, I'm all over it. And the VTX has to go up higher than 25 milliwatts. Hopefully 100, but 50 is fine too. But it needs to be more than 25. 25 is just not enough for the gorilla whooping kind of shit that I want to do with these things. Ooh, baby, we are potentially going to have 2 Insta360 Go 2 carriers here in a minute. That is really exciting. Really decent 2.7K video anywhere. People, anywhere. 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 Okay. With, you know, horizon lock, with like regular stabilization, I mean, Insta360 Go 2 is a thing. You know what's really nuts is Insta360 Go 2 compared to the DJI Action Cam. The DJI Action Cam, like, it really gets the shit kicked out of it in that little comparison. I mean, it's technically a little bit bigger, but it's a little bit better, but it's so much bigger, it's so much heavier, it's more expensive, and it's oh, god damn it, hold on. My brain is broken. It's a big fat donkey. That's what it is. It's a big fat donkey, guys. It's a gigantic donkey. That's what it is. Should I stick this to the? Yeah, I'm gonna stick it to the back of the camera, not to the AIO. I like that idea better. It doesn't have the overheating issues. It's not made by communists. It's a low blow. Totally a low blow. But well deserved, I'm sure. Alright, I don't know why I'm doing this before I'm putting it into the frame. But, I mean, it's probably okay. Come on, man. Everything's so fiddly on these little fiddly fuckers. Oh, you know what? This is the bigger... this is the bigger receiver. I don't think it will... I don't think I can do this little... This same little trick. Oh, no. It looks okay. Ugh! God, everything is like... Ugh. There we go. No, that looks okay. I mean, that kind of sticks out. Yeah, I mean, it's not as good because these... Meh. Change my mind. I'm gonna stick it to the AIO. It's just the antennas are just kind of being a pain in the ass. So this will be okay. This will be fine. Stick it right here, right next to the bind button. Everything will be cool. This is where it was. Man, I'm getting hungry. Alright. Get these motors pointing downwards. Get this pointing downwards. We're going to drop it into this frame. USB rearward. So we're going to run that through there. And then... Ooh. Am I going to have to cut this... Well, ooh, I am. I'm going to have to... nope, maybe. Do I have to cut this little logo out, or can I sneak these past? No, I think I got to cut the little Newbie Drone logo out of the metal. These motors won't go past the little schlaps. Ooh, I didn't know that. Well, that's fine. This, I doubt that this is giving any rigidity, especially compared to the carbon fiber brace. So we're just going to clip this out real quick here. All right. So now let's try this again. That is going rearward. These are going outwards. I can actually send that through there. Send these guys down through here. Okay. All right. Okay. And there we go. WR Stu says, missed why the Betaflight 3.5.7. Could you explain? Because I'm putting it onto an old F3 brushed Tiny Whoop. And I think there's a version of 4.1 that you can make work on an F3 rig, but it's fine. It'll be kind of fun. And it has Betaflight on it right now. Which is just silly. So I just want to get it over to Betaflight. It's a rig that Maggie and the kids are going to potentially fly around if they're interested. It was for Christmas I gave the family a little setup. My old Betaflight transmitter that I never ended up using. and some other stuff. Everything they need to fly. Two brushed tiny whoops, and then I leave my one set of goggles over there at all times, so they can just use those. All right, I gotta get these antennas in a little bit better of a scenario here. I don't know what the hell. I think I might have mounted this in the opposite direction that it was. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I might be able to go... I think I'm going to go under with it. Hold on. Hold on. Let me pop this back up. I'm going to run this little bundle of wires down under the AIO. Because that's the direction that the wires were soldered in. The wires were soldered in the downward direction. So I should be able to lift this up and just sneak these guys down and under. But of course, as with everything on Tiny Whoops, that is much easier said than done. So it's going to fight me and fight me and fight me and fight me until I lose my mind and throw a temper tantrum like an 8-year-old. Ready, go! Come on. There we go. 1 wire. 2 wires. 3 wires. And now is when I find out that they won't fit under there for some strange reason. Nah, we good. Looks fine. Ah, there we go. Okay. Yep. That looks okay. Let me just make sure it clears that little platform, plastic platform there. Cody SA with a 279 Canadian super chat. Thank you, dude. He says, when is... Oh, man. I think I might have not wanted to put these under here like this, the way that I did. Oh, no, we're good. We got... Is it? Come on. Why are you acting like this? Get out from under there. Oh, is that it? I think I just got it. I think I just got it. Come on, come on. Come on! Why you gotta be like that, yellow wire? Get out of there. Get out of there. There it is. Ah! Beautiful. Okay. Well, now, I mean, now that there's no space restriction, I can actually move this a little bit, and that'll help with the problem that I'm having here. Okay. So I push those down a little bit. Yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff right there. That's where I want this thing to sit. Much better. And now I've got a little bit of extra wire here. And just got to make sure with these tiny whoops that like none of the wires are getting pinched. Nothing is going to prevent the AIO from freely floating on the frame. Like we were talking about before, tiny whoops like barely fly as it is. You really got to build them clean if you expect to get good performance. I'm asking these tiny whoops to do shit that I don't think anybody ever thought that they could. I mean, carrying a 26 gram HD camera, come on. Like, that's crazy. But it'll do it. You just gotta put the time in and get it like exactly right, and all this shit. So, you know, it's going to be worth it. But it's not without struggle. There we have it. Perfect. Okay. Everything is free. Nothing's binding up now. Motors are on. I guess we can just start screwing the motors down. Motor wires are like just barely long enough. Avix says, what was the first version of Betaflight that I started on? Man, I don't remember. Cody SA says, when's the digital builds? None of the digital stuff has gotten here yet, so... and it's not really going to be a digital build. It's just going to be me swapping it in to the test bed 5-inch rig. So yeah, my guess would be like February, March. If I were a betting man, which I'm not. But yeah, that's probably when it'll be, realistically. Alright. Let's get these motors bolted down so that they're not flopping all around, stupid like. And then I'll figure the canopy out. And we will get to see if 1S is up to the task. If so, also we're going to get a weight on this. I hope that this is significantly lighter than that, than the 2S version of this. I think it's going to be, as long as this has enough power, I think that this is going to be a really interesting comparison. 2S with extra power versus 1S with extra lightweight. I am really looking forward to seeing how these two 75mm Tiny Whoops stack up against each other. I have a funny feeling that the 2S rig is actually going to that I'm going to prefer that rig, even though it's heavier. It's for carrying the Go 2, and I don't know. I just have a funny feeling. But man, would I be delighted if this is the one that I prefer, because I really do think that 1S is the way to go. You know what else I just realized? That entire, both of those, all four of those 2S, all four of those batteries that I flew on 2S, I didn't get a single temperature warning. I did not get a single ESC core temperature warning. Which I thought that was going to get worse by going over to BT 2.0, because I thought it was going to be delivering more power to the AIO. That's pretty surprising. I don't quite understand that. But I like it because, you know, for carrying a 26 gram dead weight, 1S is kind of crazy. Like, 2S makes a lot more sense for that task. But those temperature warnings are not good. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I wish CMYK was in here, because I would ask him. He ran 2S on a bunch of these Acro B boards, and they were blowing up on him. And I would love to know if he was or wasn't getting that core temperature warning. All right. I mean, hell, for all I know, that 2S rig might be the victor here, just because of the fact that it's on BT 2.0. PH, the PH 2.0 connectors on here, connector, just one, on here, might be this rig's downfall. But we'll see. There are no 450, 500, 550 mAh batteries with the BT 2.0 connectors on them yet. I would need to go to XT60, and then you're dealing with a situation where you're adding extra weight. The XT60 connector is great. I'm sorry, XT30 rather. The XT30 connector is great and all, but it's really heavy. And yeah, that ain't good for these things. BT 2.0 connector is really, really nice because of its, one of the reasons is because of its weight. Okay, so this is all on here. This antenna, I just want to get another little bit of bend in it just so it remembers. Alright, so now we got to do a canopy. The easy button is just to use this blue one. And this does have the thing. What looks better, blue on black or blue on clear? I'm going to do blue on clear because this will be like red, white, and blue. Yay! Farts. And that's got the camera a little... No, you know, I'm going to put this on here because the camera is a little bit farther forward. Glenn Burnett says, I blew up 2 newbie drone boards on 2S. I never got core temp warnings. Ooh, scary, scary, scary. I blew one up with BT 2.0 and one with XT30. Yikes. Brian Jarvis says, if your antenna comes detached during flight, it will fry your VTX. Yeah, that's why I typically welder them down to prevent that from hopefully happening. Oh, no, that's not the one. It's this one. Wait a second. This has the wires on the left. What's happening here? Wires on the right. Where did this come from? So wait, you're telling me I have 3 of these with the wires off on the left? Is this real life? Is this really happening? Oh shit, I do. Oh, but this one has a different number on it. This one has 2021 stamped on it. The plot thickens. Other than that, it's the same though. Oh wow, so I have another one of these. I'll be damned. Unless I didn't put that other rig back together. Oh god, tell me I didn't put it back together with the wrong one. No, I do. Okay, so I have 3 of these with the wires off on the left. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. I didn't see this sitting here. Wow. Okay, slick. So, oh, sweet. So I'll put this in with this is going to be this is the bag for the Freestyle 75mm rig. So yeah, all the Freestyle rigs will have the cameras that are better in low light. What a happy little accident. That's cool. Well, all right then. That's exciting. So, what did I say I was going to do? Black with blue? No. I'm going to put this on here. Yeah. Okay. So let's get this going. Here's how. I don't think you guys have ever seen me put this on. It goes. That's going to be the front. So it goes like this. Goes under there like that. It wraps up on top like this. And then you take your little tiny screws here, you put them on your little tiny driver, and you put them up through. Oh, come on now. Wait, no, I think it helps to put these screws in first, I think is the little setup that I figured out is a little bit less painful. So the screws go up in there. And you just twist them in. That's right. They kind of, the holes in the canopy are perfect, and the screws thread into them. Okay. Whoever's leaving, thanks for hanging. I didn't see names. I'm trying to just bang this out. I'm getting really hungry. Jesus, it's been over 3 hours. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna knock this out real quick here, and then I'm gonna go get some foods. All right, first one. Guess I can just do this one side at a time. And the TPU just has a hole in it, and then the screw just threads right into it, and it doesn't get tight, but it has enough engagement that yeah, it's good to go. And then this kind of wraps around here, and then the other one goes on this side. Now this one's always a little bit harder but it's just TPU, so you just keep pulling on it. There we go. Come on. No. There we go. And there it is. It grabs the little hole in the TPU, pulls it on in, and all is right with the world. Alright. And then you just got to get these twisted properly so that they're kind of facing each other. And there you have it. That's that. Okay. Which one of these screws are longer? These screws are longer. So I'm going to use these three guys. And then what's with you little buddies here? I need one for the front. Those guys are definitely longer. Alright, these are the shortest of the little shorties. So let's put them away. I've got 4 of these. And then I've got one here. Okay, cool. So this is the one that I'm going to use for the front, which is up here. Get that buried. And again, on these Cockroach 75 frames, you can tighten these things all the way in. They'll bottom out on the posts themselves. Those guys are a little bit longer. These 4 I'll use for that freestyle rig. Okay, so we got this guy. I'm gonna feed this video antenna through it, and then I might as well knock these antennas out before I put it on. Usually I put the canopy on it and then I feed these antennas through, but in this case I'll try it in the other order. Alright, there's one. Here comes the other one. Come on, buddy, get in there. Get on in there, friend. There you go. Good little antenna. Oh man, this will be nice with that stupid little ceramic antenna on ELRS. Oh boy, that'll be nice. Alright, and then I just have the actual camera connector left. Let's run this over. Get it plugged on in here. There we go. Come on, little buddy. There it is. Alright, good to go. Now we've just got the canopy screws and everything else looks perfect. So let's get this set here. You guys see that? Yeah, I didn't know I had that trick. Did you? June Logo says, did you get your DJI goggles yet? I did not. Glenn Burnett says, I'm unable to change channels or bands on my VTX on one rig. I've tried CLI through OSD and in the Betaflight GUI. Anything else I can try? Look up a VTX table how-to video and just follow it step by step. That's the best way to find the annoying thing that you forgot. So yeah, give that a shot. I bet you there's just, because there's a couple steps to VTX tables. It's very easy to forget one of those steps. I've done it countless times. And yeah, that's an easy way to kind of check yourself. Was just to look up Joshua's, VTX table how-to video and just work your way through it. Later, Robert Davis. Thanks for hanging. Okay. For your VTX tables, make sure that you're not just using a generic one. Make sure you're using the specific one for whatever your VTX is. Most VTXs will have a specific VTX table just for them. Sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. But it sounds like you might be in a case where it does matter. And before anybody says, "Oh, see, this is why I hate VTX tables," it is well, in my opinion at least, VTX tables are well worth the little bit of effort that it takes to get them working for the fact that you can have low power until first arm turned on. That is a really nice feature. All right. We're looking pretty good here. I'm actually going to back this rear screw off just a little bit. It's kind of pinching the rear. Stand off a bit too much, or the rear grommet a little bit too much. There we go, that's better. That's better. All right, there we have it. Lots of antennas sticking out all over the goddamn place. Just the way I like it. Let's see what's what. Props out. Hopefully these rear motor shafts don't break the second that I put these propellers on. Oh, one is good. Check the other one. Please be cool. Please be cool. Please be cool. Yes. All right, and here are the fresh front motors. I'm not going to bash them into walls and shit this time. There we go. 2 prototype and 2 production motors. Very cool. And there's that. There it is, friends. The 1S75. Let's see how it is. Let's see how she do. Got a bunch of batteries charged up ready. We're going to try this 380 first. Somebody in the chat earlier said it's no good. Which is not super surprising. 380 is not a whole lot of MAH. Oh, this is a problem. I can't have it floating around in there like that. That's not great. That's going to be a little bit of a deal breaker with this battery. That's a shame. We'll run it anyway. See how bad it is. Might not be too bad. Probably will be. Hey, it didn't blow up. Good start. Probably run this battery sideways in here, come to think of it. try that actually. Weird ass little battery. Let's see. I think the motor wires might like help it out, help hold it in place, kind of. Oh, they totally do. And then, ha! That's funny. Oh my god, it sits in there really nice, actually. And I could, I'll just fly it like this for now, just to see how it is. Alright, people.
Welcome to OpenTX.
The moment that you've been waiting for hours and hours and hours. The 1S rig is back! Let's see how it do here on Earth. We've got video. That's a good start. It arms, and then it immediately resets. Goggle battery is still upset. Whoa! Oh, these motors are wired differently, so they're turning in a different direction. Yeah, they are. Ooh, I can access the plug. The USB plug with the battery attached. That's pretty nice. Aha! Mm-hmm. Alright. We're gonna fire up a little bit of BL Heli action. And come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So that's motors 2 and 4. I'm just going to blindly reverse them. Motor 2, I'm going to go to reversed. Motor 4, I'm going to go to normal. Rate the setup. Everything else looks okay. And why is DMAG on high? That's interesting. All right, now we should be good. I am going to pull power, though, just to reset the flight controller. Oh, shitters. This little 90-degree connector from tinywhoop.com,
Telemetry
man,
lost.
it's really hard to unplug the batteries.
Telemetry recovered.
I've got to be honest. Other than that, it's fine, but let's see. What? Come on. Who's not spinning in the right direction? Alright, that one's correct. Motor 1, why is it backwards? Weird. What? Why is motor 2 blowing thrust in the opposite direction? What? Wait, what? I gotta reverse motor 3 and motor 2. Very strange. Motor 3 and motor 2. Wow, okay. I don't get it, but whatever. Motors 3 and 2. Let's reverse you. Motor 1 prop is on wrong. Oh, you dirty bit. Put a bunch of these props on wrong. Why does motor 3 need to get reversed, though? This is strange. So now, what did I'm just going to switch the props and then I'll fire the motors individually. Good catch, Grizz. Or Bork, to whoever it was. Come on off. There we go. Okay. So this goes on here. No matter how many builds you've done, you're always allowed to put props on wrong. And you always will. Okay. Turtle mode. Armed. Who's making thrust and who's not? Motor 3 is good. Motor 4 is backwards. Okay, the 2 that I reversed, I have to unreverse. Because I'm a donkey. And I put the props on wrong. 1 to normal. No. 1 to reverse. 2 to normal. 4 to reverse. Great setup. All better. Unplug. Turtle mode. Armed. Upward thrust, upward thrust, upward thrust, upward thrust. Hey! I can build quads! I know how to do things. It flies! And it doesn't have a lot of thrust. Could be this 380 battery. Let's fly it around with no payload on it. See how it is. Okay. Here we go. Compared to 2S. Oh, it's so much lighter. Wow, it is so much lighter. Way less power, though. My God, way less power. Woo! Still gets up, though. Don't crash it. Don't crash it. What am I doing? Take it easy. Everybody relax. Get out from under there. Come on. Come on, get out from under there. Oh, you jerk. Alright, let's see what kind of runtime we get out of this 380 battery. Got some work done tonight. Okay, didn't get 3.5.7 on that rig, but I mean, you know, that'll take 1 second. Do it next week, maybe. Yeah, I mean, this is... This is a good little freestyle setup. That's what this is for a 75. Ooh, oh. As long as I crash butt down, I'm fine. Flies really good, man. Demonic room. I wanted to get under there, but chickened out. Hover cruising throttle is like, ooh, kind of high, 40%. That's really high. What's going on there? Hold on. Lot of expo, and I have it down too high, down too low. So I'm gonna move the throttle midpoint to 40, and that'll probably bring that hover throttle. Look at the runtime, 3 minutes 30. All right, well, that battery did not do bad. Not bad at all. I'm kind of down with this battery. Shit. This is going to be the real test, though. Can this battery deal with... Can I deal with the beeping without completely losing my mind and smashing everything in sight? The answer is no, I cannot. Well, shit. Okay. I'm going to put a big battery on here. I'm going to put this 1S450 on here next. And the Insta360 Go. No. I'm going to put the 380 on it. Let's see how it does with the 380. Maybe it'll be alright. We're going to be alright. We'll be alright. Maybe it'll be fine. Insta360 Go! Going up top here. Button's getting held down. Turns itself on, turns itself off. Alright, there we go. Insta360 Go 2 is in there. Button has been pressed. Plugging in. Let's see how it does.
Telemetry
This is the 1S rig. Oh boy. The moment of truth. Here we go. I think this might have enough power. Let's see what the cruising throttle is kind of high though. 50%. Ooh boy. I don't think we're gonna get very good runtime, but let's see. Let's keep moving. Yeah, I'm deep in the throttle. But oh boy. Cinematic rigs don't have to have a ton of power. Oh, there's a core temperature warning. What's that about? On 1S? Come on now. Why you gotta do me like that? Oh boy. I don't want to blow everything away on the desk, so I disarmed it. Jeez. Why is the AIO getting so hot? Boy. Oh man, it's getting real hot. What the hell's happening? Why is it getting so hot? Oh, because of the amps. It's drawing a lot of amps, I'll bet. Ooh, that's scary. Okay. VTX is turned down. It's not that. PID's up too high? No. Damn, I don't like that. Where's the... So it's cruising around at like 16, 15 amps. And then when I put the nose down, it's going up to like 18, 19 amps. Man, yeah, look at the temperature getting up there, 162. And when that warning is on, I can't see a battery. It doesn't give me a low battery warning. Oh, I gotta come back. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh yeah, it does. It switches over to low battery warning. Okay. Wow, that core temperature is no good. Interesting that the 2S is kind of doing better in that respect. Let's get a weight.
Telemetry lost.
Wow, okay. Didn't expect that. I do need to get this onto 4.2.9. So that there's a chance that'll help. I doubt it, but I'll talk more about that next time. I don't want to dive into that at the moment. Man, I'm hungry and exhausted from this live stream. But man, we got some shit done, did we not? Got that 2S up and the 75's up and running. So here comes an all-up weight with the 380 mAh battery. 68.0. That is a lot lighter than the 2S rig, isn't it? 2S rig with the canopy. 68.0 versus... What's up, CMYK? CMYK, were you getting core temperature warnings on your Acro-B boards that were blowing up? 68 versus... I need 2 of the batteries. These are the lightweight batteries. Yeah, wow, it's 10 grams lighter. 68 versus 77, 78. Yeah, 10 grams lighter for the 1S. That's a lot. I'll be damned. But I'm getting those core temperature warnings, which is weird. Not weird. I think it's amp related. Next time I'll look at what the amps are on the 2S rig when I'm flying around versus the 1S rig. But for tonight, I'm going to call this live stream because I'm hungry and we got a whole bunch done. And yeah. 1S rig up and running. Look at this little family. Hold on. I can't end this stream without both of these 75s being put together. All I got to do is just drop this canopy on here. And we'll be all set. We'll see how cool this thing looks with a fancy blue canopy. Let's just thread this through, thread that through, thread that through, and then we'll be good to go. So we're going to put this antenna here. We're going to put this antenna, as Nick says, over here. And the video antenna right up the middle. Come on. You jerk. Get in there. There we go. Okay, perfect. And let's plug in the camera before I forget, like a donkey. There we go. Come on, get in there. Yes. All right, that's plugged in, and I'm going to use 3 of these little friends. Be good to go in but a second. I'm not going to fly this thing again, but it'll be cool to have them both together. So you guys can get that satisfaction. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Happy days are here at last. What a tiny whoop flute. What a tiny whoop fleet that has been put together. 2 65s for freestyle, 2 75s for cinematic. Cool little setup. Make sure these are all cranked down. That one feels good. That one feels good. Damn! Well, there you have it. 2S, 1S. Initial thoughts are that the 2S wins, but we'll see. I don't know. This is totally flyable, and the runtime was really good. And yeah, I don't know. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool little setup. Excited to do some gorilla whooping with these. Thanks for hanging, friends. My God, if you hung from the beginning, you are just like me. I've been here the whole time, too. Cody Essay says, later chat, thanks for the live stream. CMYK says, rarely on 2S, only if I got it stuck on a tree. Last comment of the night, CMYK says, the camera plug is my favorite, though, most satisfying on the B-Brain. What's up, Coil Locker? You're welcome for the live stream. What frames are those again? These are the Newbie Drone Cockroach 75. Not great for freestyle, but they are great for cinematic stuff where you want to try to crank the PIDs up and remove as much filtering as possible. All right, goggles are plugged in so they'll stop yelling at me. My name's Aaron Ciotti. You've just been fed. I don't remember. There was a show where they said that. Thanks for hanging, friends. I'll see you Friday at 7 o'clock. Faffing about Friday. I don't know what we'll do, but we'll do something. It'll be great. Love you guys. Oh, wait. Here's some flying. Pandemic sounds. Session 4 at the stables. Sure, why not? Let's just play all of the finished edits with random music on top. Or not, because the computer has yet again shit the bed on audio. Right? Is it working? Hold on, let me see. Nope, it ain't working. Let me try to quit out of OBS. Be right back. There it is. All right, friends. I love you. Be good. See you Friday.